Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SportsGamer and our continued coverage of the ECL Elite Division. My name is TIKI, joined here alongside Sin for the win. And Sin, due to illness, both of our only broadcasts of the week. Unfortunately, here, I hate that I missed out on the action on Monday and our Pro Division coverage on Tuesday. But in terms of getting back into the swing of things, first and foremost, having you alongside me always makes a great experience. But we have two very interesting matchups here today, as well as we have TIKI Talk taking on Renascor, and a little bit later on, a very interesting matchup between GOONS and EXEN.
Yeah, I mean, lots of playoff implications, especially in that second one. And, teams just always fighting for something. That's what we always say here in the Elite Division, is that points are always important no matter what stage of the season that you're in, no matter where you are in the standings, whether you're fighting for your lives or fighting for a playoff berth.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the standings to show you where these teams are at this point in the season. Again, a 30-game regular season. Top 8 teams make the playoffs. And as you can see there, Totarit, top of the board, but only because of those extra games played, Sin. We talk about the point per game pace all the time, especially when you still have a big discrepancy in games played, as little as 14 for Parasite and 22 for both Hamo, GOONS, and Totarit. Actually, Parasite still in really, really good shape, but the likes of Mustakalta, Totarit, closer in terms of striking distance than even Voitomaton is. It's been a surprising season so far.
I mean, yeah, surprising to say the least. Mustakalta just being up there right now in that second place spot, but with the same amount of games as Voitomaton is pretty impressive. I mean, they're 4 points ahead right now. GOONS, again, within striking distance, really setting themselves up to be a playoff team. I mean, it's hard to imagine them dropping out at this stage when they have a 10-point lead on the next closest team that isn't Parasite, which is, of course, the Polski boys here. So big matchup for them here, and we'll see what happens.
And in terms of our particular matchup, again, Renascor and TIKI Talk, you were talking about two teams very much on the bubble. Out of the active teams within the division, Renascor listed in 15th, and they are legitimately in 15th with just the 3 wins total, 2 of them in regulation through their 16 games played. TIKI Talk are right on the bubble, Sin, barely sitting in a safety position above the likes of Vesapampa, the Fallon, Coal Miners, and Renascor as well. If Renascor want to dig themselves out of one of these automatic, or not automatic, but one of these potential relegation series matchups, this is a matchup where they need to pick up points.
Yeah, it's an absolute must. I mean, and we're not talking about, getting 3, they need 4 plus. Theoretically, best case scenario, you want 5 or 6. Like, you kind of have to get that. And this is an opportunity. This is a team that's close to you in the standings. And so you have to be able to strike while the iron is hot, so to speak. You have to be able to get on your game and grab some very important points to work your way out of that and guarantee your spot in the next elite season.
Well, with that, let's take a look at the lineups for this particular matchup. Again, TIKI Talk and Renascor getting ready for their regular season matchup. And there's some interesting names in this group for the TIKI Talk lineup. Temex Puwanso and Party Time on the right. Savinainen and Pensasmies on the right side. Bise in goal. And on the other side, JM, Virus Active, and Firecats. Maybe my favorite name in all of the Elite Division right now. Motzi and Niambi on defense, and Gresu in goal. And Sin, we get to start things off with the center comparison. And this is a lot more interesting than I think some people would have expected even a week ago. Virus, of course, has played every single game for the Renascor lineup, but Puwanso acquired at the transfer deadline, coming over for TIKI Talk, and it's a tremendous opportunity for him to propel this team into, a continued safety position. And what a statement it would be for him if he is able to take TikI to another level.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him play kind of all over the ice, a little bit of defense, a lot of wing. We haven't quite seen him at center yet. This is going to be very, very interesting. I mean, you got to expect a player of his caliber can absolutely play the middle position here. But of course, coming in, hasn't played any games so far. This is a huge addition on the side of TikI, and going to be interesting to see how Puwanso plays with this lineup.
Of course, we look at the winger comparison here next. Again, we have Tamex and Party Time going up against JM and Firecats. And obviously, Sin, for the Renascor lineup, they've had a few more people in the lineup. We'll see kind of what the chemistry ends up being for them. But on the other side, Tamex and Party Time have been really, really solid. It's almost a stat line that you would expect to see from a team closer to an outright playoff position.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see forwards putting up numbers like that. It's, you're asking yourselves, why aren't they in that playoff position? It's definitely, offense is there. And, on that flip side for Renascor, it's good to see them shifting guys in and out. It definitely means they're trying to figure something out. If you saw every single player, with the same amount of games played, they weren't trying different lineup things, or maybe they just didn't have that capability, you'd kind of wonder, okay, well, what's going to give? Why are you, happy with the way this lineup has gone? So it's good to see them inserting some different wingers here. JM, obviously a longtime veteran of the Elite Division. We know what he is capable on the offensive side. Has scored 4 goals in those 6 games played. It's going to need to, perform at an even higher level if Renascor want to work their way out of those danger positions.
And of course, next up, we have the defensive comparison, as well as, again, Savinainen and Pensasmias against Motsi and Niambi on the other side. And as you would expect, based on these two teams' positions in the standings and the production we saw from the forwards, it is lopsided towards the TikI duo.
Yeah, and it just seems like they have the offense figured out. They may need to tighten up things on the defensive and the goaltending side of things. Of course, we'll get a chance to see those goaltender numbers in just a second. But yeah, their issue doesn't seem to be offense. I like the physicality, especially on the side of Savinainen in there, and good amount of shots blocked as well. And for Motsi and Niambi there, it seems like Renascor, they're still trying to figure things out. They're past the halfway point in the season now. They do have games left, but they have to figure it out quickly because the last half of their season is just going to fly by.
And of course, the battle of the goaltenders, as Sin mentioned, Bisa against Guresu. And, for the TikI side of things with Bisa, I mean, he's where he wants to be, around an 80% save percentage, or at least, kind of the minimum, I would say, that a goalie in this division is aiming for. It's the goals against average, though, that stands out for me on both sides.
Yeah, and we always kind of say that trends more towards a team stat. So it's, the team defense right now, Buset's doing what he needs to do. He's given them that baseline, that 80% save percentage. He's doing his job, giving his team a chance to win. They need to kind of tighten up around him, be able to stop some of those secondary and tertiary opportunities, and really try to stop the flow of other teams' offenses here. And, good kind of news for them. They are going up against a team in Renascor who is struggling on both sides of the puck. So this is a fantastic opportunity for TikI to be able to sort of right the ship, get some confidence in their defensive legs moving forward.
One last look here at these two teams before we get the action underway, just comparing the team stats and seeing where these two teams stand at this point of the season. Sin, Renascor, good penalty kills, still without a power play. The goal differential for both teams is interesting. What do you make of these numbers? I feel like that's been a pretty consistent theme throughout all the tiers, is you have certain numbers that don't seem to add up, and then while other times they do make a bit of sense.
Yeah, on the side of TikI, it's really, you only see them. They really need to solve that defensive woes that they've been having. On the side of Renascor, it seems like everything's not working right now. The power play is just not there. The one kind of good thing that they have is the penalty kill, but I mean, so much of the game is 5-on-5. They've got to figure out, better methods of playing, together as a group on both sides of the puck. That's really been their downfall. They just haven't quite gotten their game going.
Again, we are just a few moments away from puck drop here. TikI and Renascor going head to head in their regular season matchup. And again, a little bit later on, it'll be GOONS taking on EXEN in Sin. What is another interesting matchup? And I think we have a moment here before the action gets underway. We can throw it back over to the standings here when we talk about teams that are in a bit of a surprising position. I don't think there's any team that kind of stands out in that regard more than EXEN.
Yeah.
Who for a negative reason, while GOONS probably stand out more than anybody else in a positive reason, with GOONS being kind of on the bubble between Elite and Pro. They're currently 5th place overall in terms of points percentage, while if the season ended today, EXEN's closer to the relegation series spots than they are a playoff position.
Yeah, and that's just a tough spot to be in for EXEN. Definitely something that we didn't expect, but I mean, what do we always say, Tugi? Expect the unexpected. And for GOONS, I mean, they have just been clicking, firing on all cylinders, positive goal differential, right in the mix in the playoff hunt, and, in a very, for now, secure position. So it's a huge matchup for them a bit later on today, as where they're taking on a struggling EXEN team who we know if they wake up, they are a, contending type team. So GOONS got to do their best to kind of keep them down on the mat, so to speak, continue their great run of play and build up more and more momentum heading into the playoffs.
Again, we are just waiting for the start to get things going here. The action looks to get underway in what is unbelievably week 4 action already. Sin, you talked about how quickly a season can kind of fly by. And well, we have that example here as vast majority of teams, 10 or fewer games to go. Well, maybe not the vast majority. It ends up being a pretty close split there, doesn't it? Mathematics were never my strong suit. But again, top 8 teams make the postseason, 30 games in total. And it all leads to the live final that we have for our Elite Division this upcoming February at Assembly. Again, information, sportsgamer.gg. You can get your tickets. And of course, if you're a licensed player holder, you had a free ticket to that particular event at Assembly. So we want to make sure that we see as many of you there as, we continue to try to keep the NHL esports dream alive, Sin, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the gameplay is great. Things have been, just tough for a lot of kind of disciplines at this stage in the whole world. But yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fantastic event. Obviously, you and I had a blast the last time that we were there. So interesting to see. I mean, we could be seeing some new names, going off at Assembly here. Just the way this season has gone. I mean, Totorita near the top of the standings, Mustakota. Can one of these teams be the one? I mean, it almost seems like you don't want to crown someone too early, but it seems like almost a given that Parasite is going to be there. Just the way they've been playing, just near flawless. But again, a lot left in the season for them. They're not even quite technically at that halfway point yet with the 14 games played.
As we wait for the word that the teams are ready to go. And we want to thank all of you for joining us here with our Wednesday coverage of the ECL Elite Division. And we're here every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday covering the Elite and Pro divisions. As always, sportsgamer.gg for all the information that you need to follow along with everything that we have going on here at SportsGamer. But Sin, you get a look at the teams in the lobby, and in terms of the builds, kind of what you would expect. A lot of gold 1Ts, the centers with the quick hands, and you still have a couple of people, Party's going to be one of them, holding on to the puck-moving defenseman on the wing. I'm not surprised there are still some people holding on to that particular build. It was the meta on the European side for the past 3 years, 4 years even. It's been a thing for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, the gold stick 'em up too is very, very interesting as well. And I'm pretty sure he's using close quarters and make it snappy in the silver category, to be able to provide that offense. But it makes sense why that became kind of the meta on the wings. You want to be able to play a great team defense. Having those extra defensive stats is huge. And especially, for a winger, be able to intercept some of those higher zone 1Ts, intercept, D to D passes. I mean, using defense to create offense is so important.
Gonna look one more time before the action begins. Again, the 2-game regular season set between TIKI and Renascor. We get the action underway. And a chance early on, and Sin, it didn't take long. The opening goal maybe the fastest opening goal of any game this season. TikI strike within 25 seconds.
Things just go from bad to worse for Renascor. We're talking about how they need to right the ship. That's on both sides of the puck. And TikI just picks them apart on the first shift of the game there. Just great zone entry. Nice pass to the middle. Simple play on the backhand. 3 defenders around him, but none of them have a bead. And party time makes it 1-0 for TikI.
His team leading 20th goal of the season. I believe Blanco gets his first point as well. 1 shot, 1 goal for TikI. We'll see what the response is from Renascor. And they need one. This is a tremendous opportunity for them to get out of, a potential relegation spot here, but that was not the way to start.
No, definitely not. We'll have to see how they handle that too. You can't let yourself get frustrated. So much hockey left to play. Try to establish, your play style. I like the forecheck that they're going with, staying aggressive right now, really trying to press the issue. Bit of an errant pass right there from party time, miscommunication, and here comes Renascor.
JM back from Motzi. They try to work down low, pass off the mark, and not much going on from Renascor here early on. TikI able to gain the zone. Now down low in the corner. Alonso, of course, last playing for the, then known as Strikers squad this past spring. Yet to play a game this season. Transfers over. Movement there, but disrupted here. Renascor on the counter. AM loses it in the hip check. I'll be able to recover down low. Score trying to get something going. Still looking for their first shot of the game. Motzi missed. Party has between the legs pass. Not too difficult to tell when someone's playing with confidence. One-timer there's picked off. Here comes Party one more time. Good protective skating. Hit by JM. Trouble again for Renascor, and still not able to recover. Thought Virus was going to be able to pick that one up.
Yeah, it's still just a lot of kind of back and forth. Even, TikI having a little bit of trouble establishing themselves in the offensive zone. Their zone entries are great, but good collapses right now from Renascor.
Amex down low. Short side shot. Bresu able to make that save. One-timer from the point. They score. Out of nowhere. And some beautiful skating there from Savinainen. Off the back of his 5th goal of the season, send TikI make it 2-0.
Yeah, really good job right there from TikI. We're just saying they were having a little bit of trouble just trying to get that established offense, but they start with it down low. Great kind of work in the corners there from Puanso, and I think it was Temix with him as well. They just battle for the puck, keep it alive, and then this little play. Great read by Puanso and Savinainen, who creeps into that one-timer position, goes far side. Not a whole lot Gresu could do on that play, and TikI have taken a 2-0 lead here. Renascor need to find a response quickly. They still have yet to register a shot.
Mention the 5th goal of the season for Savinainen. And gets his 6th goal of the season. Why not? The defender doubles up as TikI are running away with it here in the first period.
Just goes right back to the well. A simple play, great play by Party Time. Kind of along the boards right there. Protects the puck, circles back, sends it to the point, and takes a fortuitous bounce on the way in, I believe, off of the defender's stick. Yeah, it was a deflection, and it off of Nyambi's stick right there, perfectly into the between the legs of Gresu there, and it's a tough break, but once again, TikI establishes his own attack. They get a quick shot on net, and it goes in 3-0 now. And stop me if you heard this before. Renascor still yet to register a shot on goal.
never ideal when a defenseman has 2 more goals than you have shots in the first period of a game. Let alone any period, I suppose. The further it goes, the worse it is. As party time with the moves, but the pass off the mark. Let's see, back for JM. Loose puck in front, knocked away again, and safety first, cleared out. It'll be icing on TikTok, but we always talk about responses, Sin, and for Renascor, they're in such a tough position now because heading into the action, it's okay. Let's have this be a big night for us, and now, well, here they are, down 3-0 in the first.
Yeah, steep uphill climb for them.
Firecat's not able to find a pass down low. Already not able to weave his way through the defense. Yambi in control for Renascor. 2.5 minutes to play here in the first period. And party time kicked off the scoring for TikTok just 25 seconds into the period. From there, 2 more goals for left defenseman Savinainen, who has the puck here. Turns it over, though. As we hit the final minute, Renascor still having a lot of trouble trying to get established in the O-zone, and it opens up the counterattack here. Party. Back over now to the point in front. Picked off by Virus. One more chance. 6 seconds here. Got to get a shot off. They do, but it's held out. Hit the side of the cage, technically. So it is a 3-0 lead for TikTok at the end of the first. Renascor held without a shot, but not without a chance, at least at the end of the period.
Yeah, that counterattack, bit of a 2-on-1, nearly kind of a 3-on-1, but realistically, yeah, just 2 men on the one defender. They don't get that registered shot. A bit unfortunate for them, but it was a pretty good chance. We've seen some crazy stuff around the net, especially from the side of the net, pucks bouncing in. So it's good that they did get that at the tail end of the period. Maybe a bit of an overcommit from TikTok, misjudging about how much time was left, on the clock right there. But for Renascor, I think at times they're maybe even overthinking it. Credit where it's due. There's active sticks from TikTok in the neutral zone, creating all kinds of havoc for Renascor as they try to cross that neutral zone, try to cross the blue line. It's been so difficult for them. But when they had it in, Firecats was, down low in the corner, not really being pressured too much, had a, easy pass back to the point to Nyambi there, elected to maybe try something a bit fancier down low, and he just kind of turned it over for free. It felt like, not really under pressure, could have just established the attack, gone back up high. And that's just kind of, feels like a microcosm of their season so far, where it's just even feels like the simplest things aren't quite going their way. And, sometimes when you're struggling, yeah, it's easy to kind of press and want to pull off some great plays, but sometimes just going back to the basics, playing some simple hockey, play it back to the point, put a shot on, you never know what can happen. And right now they're just, just struggling to get their feet under them.
The second period begins. Remind you, as always, the action brought to you by our lovely friends at Kovalan Lockertzy. It is game 1 of 2 between TikTok and Renascor. Again, our second series tonight. Goons and EXEN is Renascor. Their first shot and have a chance for another here, trying to pick the corner. That's good patience from JM. Shout out to NHL 24, apparently. What a fondly remembered game that was. That's my first time seeing that.
Yeah, pretty surprising there. That was, good opportunity right there. And I like that JM elected to pull the trigger instead of trying to force something as well. Unfortunate right there as Motzi was moving in, and the one face-off went right by him. They failed to get this entry on the neutral zone once more.
Wanso back. Good set of passes. Good stop there by Gressu. There's Motzi now stepping up. One timer blocked down. Opens up space for Tamex down the other side. Has a bit of help. Wanso doesn't pull the trigger on the shot. That'll be an injury there. Party is that chance. Just wide, Renascor trying to get something going on the counterattack and running right into a brick wall. Savinainen with the hit, the feed in front, puck bouncing, they score! And in that situation, you're Renascor, Sin, you'll take what you can get. You're on the board.
Absolutely. You know, they were able to turn around. Really looked like they're going to be stifled once again at the blue line. A huge hit. Good active stick again from Puanso, but they do get the puck in. Tried the feed in front. It takes a couple precarious bounces right to Virus's stick there, and he makes the smart play. Kind of goes back to the forehand and catches Bise really kind of out of position right there because of just how crazy that puck was. Very hard to track for a goaltender, and Renascor has their first, making it a 3-1 game.
And a penalty here.
Yeah.
On JM, and just like that, it feels like the momentum completely halted as we'll get another look at it.
Yeah, he trying to make something happen right off of the face-off. Knows the defender's going to try to get that puck. His poke check is just a bit late, though, and it goes directly to the feet of Pensesmias right there, and he goes down, and we'll get a chance to see the TikTok power play go to work.
Renascor do have a good penalty kill percentage on the season thus far. Just pick off there by Niambi. Elects not to clear and is going to pay for it. Or not, as TikTok's offside. Bit of a break there.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a break. I mean, they got to be feeling, you know, maybe a little bit of pressure to counterattack, but when you're on the penalty kill, you kind of can't force it oftentimes. It has to sort of develop naturally. You got to have a good awareness of when it is a good time to try to press it.
TikTok, an errant pass will prevent them from getting fully set up. This time sent back to the neutral zone. Savinainen was there to take it away. One-timer, good block in front by Niambi. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. One-timer, Gressu's there. Another one-timer blocked down. And chipped out. Good job by Firecats.
Yeah, really good power play at the end there by TikTok. Great puck movement, quick shots as well as they go offside right here. I even think that last, the one-timer before the last one that was blocked, I think it went off of the post right there. I thought I heard a little bit of the ping. But either way, you know, Renascor do dodge the bullet right there. That was some pretty good puck movement by TikTok. They weren't able to capitalize. Here comes JM back the other way.
That shot picked off by Puanzo. We are back to 5-on-5 as good hit there from Motzi to party off the puck. He's had everything he can handle down that left wing side. Nambi goes for the dump around and picked off there by Savinainen. What a strong game he's having so far. Puanzo, the force across. Defense was there. Party down low, had nowhere to go. And they tried the big breakout pass. That was a good pickoff by Pensasmius. Seven minutes left here in the second period. TikTok up 3-0 at the end of the first. Renascor trying to battle back. They had a chance there. Taken away. Our attack. Alonso can't get that pass. Again, making his debut in the TikTok lineup. Copy hands off. Firecats back to Motzi. They have JM. It's back to the point. Motzi, the force in front, and he gets it. Renascor back to within one as they find the back of the net for the second time in the period. JM in front.
Beautiful cycle play coming out from Renascor right there. You know, patient with the puck, and that's just, you know, great pass right there, threading the needle in through to JM, who you can see kind of gets the body position that he wanted between the two defenders, and then on the forehand in front of the other defender there, and just a great timing play after a really nice cycle right there that, you know, I mean, TikTok was in decent position for a lot of it, but Renascor just a little bit better with their passing, was able to open up the bit of space that they needed. It's now a 1-goal game.
AM finding the back of the net. 5th goal of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Surprising, just 4 goals in 6 games played so far this year. 2.5 to go. TikTok. Back foot a little bit with Renascor battling their way back. Off there by Virus. Motzi stepping up. Big head of steam. Firecats over. Nice low shot from Nyambi that Bise is able to stop. And we have 1 minute left now. Another offside on TikTok. They've had a little bit of trouble gaining the zone consistently.
Yeah, especially kind of on the last couple sequences right there, maybe even overpassing. I thought that Temex right there would have had a little bit of space to at least get it into the zone, send it down the boards, or do a nice little, indirect pass into space for Puanzo, who would have been cutting in. But that was about 4 or 5 different passes in the neutral zone that didn't do a whole lot for him.
Final moments of the period. The short side drive doesn't go. Defense recovers. And for Renascor, they looked dead in the water at the end of the first period. But they are right back in it. Down by 1 as we head to the third.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we kind of needed to see from them. Great pushback. And now they've kind of got TikTok, thinking a little bit. They were flying high after that first period, feeling great. But, that first goal, exactly what Renascor needed. Nice little bounce to someone in the slot. Virus was able to put that one away. And that second one started from just a really good cycle. They weren't really panicking. They weren't trying to force anything until they saw the exact play that they wanted. And, even if that pass kind of got broken up, there was enough bodies right there to create some crazy bounce scenario. And I feel like, Renascor had guys in a good position to be able to chase after and contest a loose puck. So, there's a good time to force it and there's bad times to force it. And at that point, I think, as you see that lane opened up, it wasn't like he went through anyone. He put it on the forehand, threaded the needle between 2 defensemen, and had JM in a great position in front of the defenseman on the other side. And we're getting another look just at how that first goal happened. Actually went off the goaltender initially, which I didn't see. But yeah, that's that one fortuitous, but that kind of gave Renascor a little bit more confidence. And I'm not too sure if you get that second goal and that great cycle that preceded it without getting that first goal of the game.
So we will see if Renascor are able to tie this one up. And 1 goal game after it was all ticky-tack in the first. Pass goes to the corner. Virus not able to hold on to it. Pass off the skate. Sends Renascor down the other way. DM wanted Firecats there. Was covered. And big opportunity for Renascor in this series. Currently amongst the active teams, at least. Last in the league. And we know the automatically relegated club for this season. You will still have 3 teams finding themselves in a relegation series against a Pro Division team. This call for Renascor. Doc, the one-timer. Continue to get different looks. Again, look in front there. Now a counterattack for Renascor. JM steps in, doesn't pull the trigger. Goes back around, and a bit too predictable in the pass to Virus. It was off the mark, but he would have had a man in front of him anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen that a couple times, really from both of these two teams. One of the last sequences, TikTok kind of just made a pass before, it seemed like before, really looking at, the options that he had. It was Temex there. He kind of just sent it backwards to no one, where he just, if he picked that up and just held it for, about a second, would have created a bit more space.
And here along the line, TikTok back into the zone. Maintain possession down low. Good pick off by Nyambi. And just like that, less than 9 minutes to go here in the period. Otzi's pass broken up. Osmias played that one really well. Damex tries to hold up, gets it back, throws one towards goal. Stop, second chance, kept out. It was a rough start in this game for Gresu, but he has made some good stops as the game's gone on. There's another one. Full pressure. For TikTok, another chance in front. Puanzo denied his first goal of the season as Renascor doing their best to hold on.
Yeah, and we're going to see that timeout coming out. That was just a really good job by TikTok right there to mount that full pressure attack. And once again, Poanso, he's just such a crafty player there. You see how he establishes the body position so that pass can work. One more look at it right there. Just a great save by Gresu as well. You know, more of a positional type save, but he's had to be good on that last sequence. You think about that rebound that kicked out, made the secondary save, just didn't panic in the crease, was able to just stay calm, stay into position, track the puck, and just make the save that his team needed him to. And you know, they were dealing with that full pressure for a bit. They used the timeout to get out of it, get their stamina bars back up. But that is worst case scenario, as Poanso will not be denied his first goal of the season, Tugi.
The shot towards Goalson. We always say it, good things can happen. We'll get another look at it, but that is a heartbreaker for Renascor. It was another shot from Savinainen. This time deflected. Was that a jumping deflection?
I think so. I was like, no, because Party Time didn't get the goal. He's the gold helmet. He was the one in the position to deflect it. Did it go off? I think it might have gone off Poanso's skate as he was jumping over it. Well, he'll take that as his first goal for sure, but maybe not how we expected him to get his first of the season.
As TikTok are able to stop the bleeding, they get back to at least a 2-goal lead. 4-2 with 5.5 minutes to go. Pressure on Renascor now, as we'll have a penalty, and this is the opportunity. Renascor going to be going to the power play.
Yeah, and that's Party Time going there, just trying to, well, would have had a breakaway if he made that stick lift work, but good job by the defender back there, adjusting his body to protect that puck, and you know, that's how Party Time kind of overextended with the stick lift right there. So this is a must-score opportunity on the side of Renascor. Bring it back to 1 goal, and then you still got, you know, a few minutes to work with.
Face off, one clean by Poanso. Movement here, held up. Poanso gets it back. Damex does a good job of sending it down to the corner. Into the attacking zone. Renascor desperately need one here, yet to score a power play goal on this season. They had a chance, but the puck cleared out one more time.
Not a bad look for them so far. Pretty decent cycle, opening up the one-timer. You know, bodies in front, looking for a rebound. But it's the zone establishment that they're struggling with kind of for the majority of this game.
Still without a power play goal, but here's JM. What a stick lift to deny him. All alone opportunity. Just over 2 minutes left now in regulation. It would be a gigantic 3 points for TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, really for both of those teams, they desperately need the points. But yeah, on the side of TikTok, this is exactly what they need to kind of try to work their way into a better position.
Face for Poanso here down in the corner. Not able to hold on to it. Now 1 minute left. Am unable to hold on to the puck. All or nothing now for Renascor. Here's JM broken up by Damex, who carries it down the other way. Now Party Time. For Poanso, pressure was there. 37 seconds. Yambi steps up into the play. Can't get the shot off. Holding it for just a little bit too long. Multiple times now for Renascor. Just not able to get these shots off. Let's see, picks it off. JM can't hold. Virus back to JM. Defense again recovers at the last moment. Here's Party with a step. Has the speed, and he ices this game. Started off the scoring 25 seconds in and ends the scoring, well, with 11 seconds left as opposed to a very poetic 25.
Yeah. At least we think it'll be the last goal in this game with how this is a last few minutes have gone. Lots of back and forth right there. Tough for Renascor though, but credit where it's due. The defensive sticks particularly from, Pensis Mies and Savinainen and Puanso on the back checks have just been phenomenal. The second that Renascor try to pull to that shooting position, get a shot off, it's just knocked off their sticks, and that's so tough because you continue to get it into the zone. You finally kind of found some consistency at the end of the game. Of course, not perfect, but the second you try to move to that shooting position, it just crazy defensive sticks. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, TikTok was phenomenal, and this goes a long way, I think, in helping them give some confidence, right? Their team defense hasn't been great. We know they can score. They got 5 in this one, but it was their recovery defense and their collapse with the active sticks, not only in the neutral zone, but especially in their own end. When Renascor would try to get those shots away, particularly at the end there, just beautifully done, whether it was a stick lift to prevent that JM breakaway with the speed that he have, or all those other poke checks to be able to break up, potential shots or cross crease passes. There was one where JM looked like he thought about shooting, then was going to send it to Firecats, who was in a good space for the one time, and it was sticked away by Pensis Mies. I mean, it's a tough situation for Renascor, but really, really good job by TikTok to be able to prevent those chances for coming in, and that's something that they needed. I mean, their defense overall been struggling, but this could be a big confidence builder for them. Not only do they get the huge 3 points, but they scored the goals. They did pretty good on the defensive side of things. They're going to want to see if they can even get better on that side of the puck in this next game and come away with the big double here against Renascor.
3 points for the regulation win. TikTok survive a little bit of a scare through that second period. They do hold on. It is a 5-2 final score in game number 1. Look there for Renascor, just the 6 shots on goal. Of course, that doesn't necessarily factor in, some of the moments where they were, in high danger areas or shots that may have gone wide. I personally would love to see either a shots attempted stat, maybe even give us a little bit of an XG calculator in this one. Sometimes it doesn't tell the full story, but Sin, at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that TikTok 3 goals in the first period. Renascor just were not able to fully dig themselves out of that situation.
Yeah, they did have overall a pretty good game, but I think you hit the nail on the head. Getting into a 3-0 hole that early, it really it puts you in almost a desperation scenario. So, space is going to kind of open up on the other end. And while I think they did a pretty good job of, a balancing act between being aggressive, pushing for offense, and at the same time being able to play good defense, they were fully aware kind of the game situation. Even when they were down by those 3 goals, they knew they had plenty of time to get, it wasn't like a midway through the third period or anything where you have to go all out offense. They remained kind of aggressive, but also conscientious to keep the game within reach from a defensive standpoint. They got those 2 goals back, but at the end of the day, it was just, as time kept winding down, they have to press a little bit more, and TikTok was just able to kind of make them pay at the end of the day. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. And maybe Puanza wasn't the one jumping right there, but such a weird goal that happened.
That first game is in the books. Again, coming up in just a few moments, it'll be game number 2 between TikTok and Renascor. And then again, we have our second series as well still to come, GOONS and EXEN. It's just 1 game in the books out of 4. Stick with us. We'll be right back to continue the action.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
And a chance early on, and Sin, it didn't take long. The opening goal.
And TikTok just picks them apart on the first shift of the game there. Just great zone entry. Nice pass to the middle. Simple.
He missed. Hardy has between the legs pass.
Offensive zone. Their zone entries are great, but good collapses right now from Renascor.
Max down low, short side shot. Presu able to make that save. One-timer from the point, they score.
So I think it was Temix with him as well. They just battle for the puck, keep it alive, and then this little play. Great read by Puanso and
Savinainen. And gets his 6th goal of the season. Why not?
Back, sends it to the point, and takes a fortuitous bounce on the way in, I believe, off of the defender's stick. Yeah, it was a deflection by him. They failed to get this entry on the neutral zone once more.
Alonso back. Good setup. It's not behind him with the hit, the feed in front. Puck bouncing, they score.
In front, Alonso, but they do get the puck in. Tried the feed in front. It takes a couple precarious bounces right to Virus's stick.
On JM, and just like that, it feels like the momentum completely halted, as we'll get another look at it.
Yeah, he trying to make something.
Take it away. One-timer, good block in front by Niambi. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. One time. Back to the point. See the force in front, and he gets it. Renascor back.
And that's just, great pass right there, threading the needle in through to JM, who you can see kind of gets the body position that he wanted between the two defenders, and then off
there by Virus. Motzi stepping up, big head of steam. Firecats over, nice win series against a Pro Division team. This call for Renascor. Doc, the one-timer. Osmias played that one really well. Damex tries to hold up, gets it back, throws one to... It's a rough start in this game for Gresu, but he has made some good stops as the game...
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
And we are back again. A big thank you for sticking with us here, everybody, on SportsGamer as we continue our coverage of the ECL Elite Division. Or do we? I mean, we will. It is just slightly delayed because, of course it is. This is just one of those things that Sin has plagued this season, in all honesty, in terms of just consistent lobby issues. But it's the joys of NHL 25. What are you going to do? But for Renascor, they're in that interesting position now, right? We kind of talked about it heading into this one, what kind of situation they have in front of them here in terms of trying to get out of one of those potential drop zones. After giving up 3 points for the regulation loss to TIKI, the situation gets a little bit more dire. They do still have some space to make up ground here with just 17 games played, but it's really starting to get down to the wire here where they are going to need these points. They are going to need regulation wins, or they will be facing a Pro Division team for their elite survival in just a few weeks.
Yeah, and I was trying to pull up their schedule. For some reason, my other setup right here having a little bit of issues opening a new window right now. But I mean, I'd be curious to see who their next matchups are. I'm not going to say, TikTok is an easy matchup. There is no easy matchups, but how heavy is their schedule? How light is their schedule? That can kind of dictate a lot coming up. And
so to answer that question, they have to make up a series with Vesapampa, who are currently in a similar spot to TikTok. Voitamaton is on the schedule. That's a rough one.
Yeah.
Roots Gaming and Mythics, and the Fallon Coal Miners. So they have, I believe, just one confirmed at the moment playoff team on their schedule, but a lot of teams that are also on the bubble. But TikTok is also one of those teams, and we saw how game 1 went for them.
Yeah.
That's also potentially rough news for TikTok as they try to get that security, knowing that, okay, here's Renascor. We just beat them in regulation, and some of our direct competition is going to be playing Renascor over the next couple of weeks. How's that going to look? It's up to Renascor to ultimately kind of reverse the narrative surrounding them right now.
Yeah, and they absolutely need a regulation win right here. I mean, TikTok does at the same time. They're trying to go for the 6 out of 6 points. If they want a realistic shot at the playoffs, you have to. In this situation, this is the second to last place team. realistically, the last place team still, fielding that a lineup and still in, contention throughout the course of the season. But it's going to be tough for really both of these squads. I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. The direct competition is playing this team right now, which has struggled throughout. TikTok, not an easy game in that first one by any means, but they were never really in any situation where it looked like they would lose, even when it was a 1-goal game. They still had that lead, but we'll see what happens here as Renascor. Early shot and nice glove save. Yeah.
Nearly equalizing the time, of course, that Party Time scored 25 seconds in the game 1. Doesn't happen that time for Renascor. I'm sure they would have loved the reversal of fortunes there. And it is TikTok. Home side in this one. Amax does a great job of winning the puck. Stopped on the backhand, though, by Gresu. Now Firecats. Good protection. The one-timer knocked down. The force back in front. Iris active on the puck. Motzi. Back down to him. Being held to the perimeter for the moment, but good zone time. Firecats runs into trouble. JM tries to win it back as well. He couldn't. Breakout pass for Party. Has one man to beat. Drives the net. Close call there for Renascor. Movement here from TikTok. Trying to find a bit of space. Pawanzo can't hold on to it.
I had a tough time of it. About 3 white jerseys in front of him right there. And again, that was kind of a lot of the same thing. A lot of east-west passes right there from TikTok trying to work that one in.
Already stripped of the puck by Niambi. And a trip is called here. There'll be Tamex to the box as Renascor get another opportunity to finally get their first power play tally of the season.
Yeah, if you're going to get it, then now is the time. I mean, getting the first goal of the game is absolutely huge for momentum, for confidence, and confidence especially in your power play, which has just been, just completely impotent so far throughout the course of this season. But got to get something going. They've looked good so far in the early going in this game.
High up off the draw. And a score in possession. And Motzi working on that left-hand side. Nice shot. Bisay able to make the save. And covers. And an NHL 24 glitch is interesting. That is popping up constantly. God, I missed 2 broadcast days, and all of a sudden, new issues popping up. And speaking of issues for the TikTok defense, as a great individual effort from Niambi sees Renascor strike first and finally get that power play goal.
Just beautiful work, waltzing in, not even with speed, just finesse right there from Niambi, weaving his way through, getting to the forehand right there and beating Bisay. Real big lapse of coverage by the TikTok penalty kill, and Renascor have their first power play goal of the season on the back of some nifty moves by Niambi.
As he gets his 3rd goal of the season and one of the biggest goals of the season for Renascor. They have the lead. They're nearly midway through this first period. Opportunity there, not able to double it up, although good forechecking pressure. They want those secondary opportunities. Savinainen able to find Tamex, who was in the box for that power play goal. There's an odd angle shot. Bresu is there and is able to cover.
TikTok really kind of favoring a lot of quick passes, whether they're trying to enter the zone or, establish it. And while that can be good, sometimes just taking the space that's in front of you can also be beneficial right there. That wasn't too dangerous of a shot as Party Time. Gresu really having to kick out the pad right there to make a good save.
Again, I mean, he allows 5 goals in game 1, but I didn't think it was his worst performance. At all. I mean, I thought he really did have a strong game. just don't always get the results that you're looking for, and that was a big save there. Face-off win for Palazzo. One taken away. Renascor held to without a shot on net in the first period of game number 1, but here they are, 3 with 1 finding its way to the back of the net. I mean, a much, much better start.
I can definitely see kind of the shift in their mentality here. You know, they got a quick puck on net early on. They kept trying to, you know, forecheck heavily, trying to keep the pucks alive, and that's what you have to do here in this matchup, especially with a, you know, a defense which hasn't been, you know, tremendous throughout the course of the season. Was good last game, but, you know, you have to put them under pressure, and maybe you can kind of get them off their game, and so far that has worked for Renascor.
RD for Palazzo, tried to toe drag into a bit of extra space, couldn't do so. Nine, good patience. And now it's TIKI who are having a little bit of trouble finding their way into the attacking zone. Case in point, offside called.
Yeah, they're definitely not in the kind of sync that we saw them in the first game right here, and it's a little bit interesting. I don't know if it's what it kind of is that they kind of took their foot off the gas right here, if they're just maybe trying to do a little bit too much with the puck.
Already wanted Palazzo. Defense was there to break it up. That one out of the reach of Motzi. It will be Savinainen to recover. Already with speed, sent across off the goaltender. Firecats able to recover, space, shot, great save. And up and out of play, biggest stop of the night. Lord Bisa to keep this a 1-goal difference.
Yeah, absolutely huge save right there. I mean, probably his best of the night, trying to keep this one from getting kind of out of hand early for the TIKI side.
The final moments of the opening frame. Firecats for Renascor sends it in front, and they find that second goal. Virus able to tap it in. We'll get another look at it, but Renascor up by 2, heading towards the second period, and I don't know how Virus got a piece of that.
Yeah, it's... Oh my... Wow. Yeah. Between the goalie's pads, it seemed, and then he just kind of taps it home. I mean, this is exactly what Renascor need to do. Kind of pounce while the other team is struggling, and TIKI has been struggling throughout this first period. They just don't seem to be in sync, you know? Another kind of missed pass right there, and, you know, Renascor is going to take a 2-0 lead into the dressing room here, and it's really off of the back of them just, you know, upping the aggression a little bit, you know, controlled aggression, particularly on that forecheck, and then in the neutral zone, that's giving them a chance to get some of these counterattacks going. And oh yeah, just right, kind of almost seemed like it rode the skate blade right there on its way to finding Virus's stick, who just kind of taps that one home. Not a whole lot that the goaltender could do on that one after making that phenomenal save off the one-timer. But if you're TIKI, you got to figure things out, and you got to figure things out quickly. Yeah, you won that first game, but right now you are getting bested in really every single zone by the other team, and you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot with some of these mistakes that they're making. I mean, they've at times almost feel like they're overpassing, particularly in the neutral zone, whether they're trying to, you know, gain the line on a zone entry, or we saw that one even in their own zone. They made about 4 passes right there, and the last one just completely missed, and we saw Renascor just kind of hanging back and watching. You know, those passes maybe aren't, you know, that necessary right there. You know, take your time with it, skate a little bit, try to open up a space for a good pass, and to get that zone entry, maybe make one more pass. But I just feel like, you know, TIKI have these ideas in mind of how they want to move the puck, and they're just sticking to that instead of taking what is in front of them, taking what's given to them. We've seen it in the offensive zone as well, where it's been a couple passes more than maybe there could have been, or there was a time to skate and they opted to pass instead. That's got to be cleaned up. Just try to, you know, we said it for Renascor, simplify the game a little bit. That's what we need to see out of TIKI right now.
The action continues. This is always brought to you by our friends at Kovalan Lakritsi. It was a 5-2 victory for TIKI in game 1. They trail 2 and nearly 3. A crucial pickoff by Savinainen. Renascor control of this game. A nice reversal of fortunes. But a long way to go. Savinainen back for Party. The chance. The one-timer. Good stop by Gressu. Puck was still loose. Renascor able to recover, but a scary moment there. Jam tried to go back to the point. Defense there to take it away. Bank pass off target. Of course, a factor for the gameplay. You never know how things are going to change throughout the course of the season, but currently icon passing disabled, as most of you will know, and just how that slightly changes some of the tactics and the way people are going to try to make certain plays. Is JM trying to make a play there himself.
I've seen a lot of confidence from the Renascor skaters right now. A lot of kind of dekes coming out the between the legs right there, which almost kind of created a dangerous situation. Had that just kind of bounced off of Bisey's pad right there, that was in a very, very precarious position that Renascor maybe could have battled for and, you know, start whacking at it and try to force that third one home. But we just haven't seen TikTok be dangerous on the offensive side yet, and that's a bit perplexing after their performance in the last game.
Doc able to win the draw in their own zone. No offense out of that opportunity. Hardy tries the quick out. Amex has it. He scores! Out of nowhere, TikTok on the board. And what a shot it was by Tamex.
Beautiful play right there. The Omaha off the end boards. He picks it up, just puts it to the forehand and snipes it. You love to kind of see that. He knew he was, you know, maybe going to have a 50-50 chance at best to beat that defender, and he had a little bit of space, so why not put it on the forehand and rifle it? Beating Gressu right there and making this a 1-goal contest.
Yeah, big time goal there from Tamex, who was 1 goal behind Party entering play today in terms of the team lead. Well, competition between those two as TikTok back to within 1. It's for Renascor. Good block from Savinainen. Over for JM. Now Virus, the opportunity. Wanted to go back to the winger. It recovers now, and good shot block there on the chance from Firecats. Good zone time here. That one just hammered towards goal by JM. Recovery in terms of possession time for Renascor after giving up goal. We'll see again if TikTok look for those quick counters. Amex, Savinainen, the one-timer could stop. Gressu was there. Make the save as we'll see Sin over the next, 30 minutes of game time or so. If either side are able to kind of, find that breakthrough. We saw it in game 1. Renascor nearly able to come back before TikTok were able to put their foot down.
Yeah, and TikTok is starting to get a little bit of momentum here. A lot more time in the offensive zone, pulling the trigger on a few more shots. A lot of their passes have been better as well. Already working with Savinainen. One-timer for Pensasmias. Blocked down. 5 minutes left, but here's JM with a big head of steam. On the back of the net, defense able to recover. Wanso has that one knocked away. One-timer scores! TikTok continue to find success from the point. This time, Pensasmias gets involved. And we're tied at 2. Yeah, and you can almost kind of feel it coming. TikTok was really doing a great job with the puck, and I love this. You know, D-to-D one-timer, quick shot on. You got guys crashed in the net here. Even if it doesn't go in, you have a good chance of getting a secondary opportunity from it, or just, you know, picking up the loose puck and keeping the attack going. But Ben SMS, his shot finds Twine, and this game is all tied up here. And a bit of a disastrous situation now for Renascor, who started off so good.
Shot paddled away by Bisa. Another shot there, didn't get all of it, laid out. We are tied. Good movement here. Puanzo's follow-up pass off the mark. Iris for JM. Firecats on the backhand. Found JM, knocked loose for a moment. Hit the final minute. Shot scores! The defensemen are taking over in this series. Niambi throws one on that makes its way past Bisa, and a nice response from Renascor as they regain the lead.
Pucks on net. Pucks on net, and it's exactly what Niambi does right there. I like that. Moves himself into a slightly better angle. Traffic in front, maybe a bit of a screen right there on Bise, and he kind of picks the corner on that glove side, and that's absolutely huge on the Renascor. They stop the bleeding, take the lead back, and are once again in the driver's seat.
And multiple goals from defensemen. I think that's number 4 tonight between the two teams.
5. We had 2 from Savinainen in the first game.
Yeah. 3 seconds left here. One more chance. Tamex tries to throw it across. I mean, it's not often you'll see that many goals from defensemen. I mean, I'll take it. It's making for an exciting series and an exciting game. Renascor up by 1 as we head to the third set.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they needed there. You know, kind of a late goal at the end of the period, right back into the driver's seat in terms of the scoreboard here. You know, still going to want to tighten up a little bit, as TikTok did come on strong in that second, getting those, you know, 2 pretty big goals for them to tie things up. But now you have the lead again. Now it's about playing good team defense while still threatening offensively. This is a balance that is harder, at least seemingly, for these teams that are lower down the bracket. You know, they sometimes, you know, in the case of TikTok, you know, they're able to score a lot, but their defense hasn't been great. For Renascor, they haven't really gotten either, but it's great to see in this series, you know, only 2 goals in that first game, but now 3 headed into the third period in this second game. These are desperately needed points. How are they going to rise to the occasion? How are they going to help out Gresu back there, who has had a great performance tonight? You know, a tough game in that first one, but as you said too, yeah, I agree. He was really making some really good saves, and, you know, it's hard. You know, some people, you know, looking at the stats may say, how did a goalie have, you know, a good game letting in 5 goals? But it's just the quality of saves that he's had to make throughout this series. A big one in this one. Bise on the flip side, he's had to make some big saves as well. So everyone's kind of doing their part, but the onus is on Renascor here in this third period to be able to close this out. Maybe even, you know, probably even need to get that insurance marker there as well.
The third period underway. It was a 3-point game, 1 for TikTok. Nice chance there early on, but Renascor refusing to go away in this one. Great extra pass on that occasion. Bise able to make the save.
Tremendous read by him. I thought for sure Matsu was going to pull the trigger right there, but he made that extra pass the one time on, and Bise was not fooled.
Jam over the line. All right, the short side. It was blocked by Pensasmias, but still in control. Our Renascor, only for the moment. Alonso, good patience, but again, just stripped to the puck at the last moment. Amex drops back. Alonso tried to pick the corner. Good stop by Gresu. That's the chance there. Tamex tried the jam play. Second chance from Party is kept out.
Good job by Gressu there, making some key saves, but I really like the, you know, the opening 5+ minutes for Renascor. They had so much offensive zone time right there, and that's also an excellent way to play defense, is just keep the puck away from your end.
Off the draw, space for Renascor down the other way. Firecats. I think the defense is reading that he is a pass-first player. Able to make those adjustments. Amex shot off the skates, and Resu forced to cover. .41 to go here in the period. And our second series still to come. Goons taking on EXEN. Another series that will certainly have implications. Both playoffs and potentially on the outside, as Palonzo's shot deflected into the defender. Short side attempt from Tamex. Party's there to jam it home, as TIKI able to tie this game.
Back and forth we go. Excellent job by TIKI there. Loose puck, win the foot race. Throw it on. And right there sitting in front, maybe even gone off of party time. He picks up the loose puck, just backhanding that one home. That just starts from, again, zone entry and then hungry on the loose pucks. That is a must for a team. If you want to compete in the elite division, you got to figure out ways to win those puck battles, win those foot races, keep the play alive in the offensive zone. TIKI does just that. Party time gets another goal in this 2-game set. We are all tied up with 10 minutes to go.
What feels like a defining game and a defining series for Renascor's season. TIKI, another opportunity. That one kept out. Virus back to Jam, covering at the point. That shot from Niambi blocked down. Big hit there. A lot of traffic. TIKI in possession. There's Palonzo. Good avoidance. Takes the hit there, though. No call. Up Renascor down the other way. A momentary man advantage. Otzi couldn't hold on to it. Palonzo back to his feet. Hands off for Party. He'll weave his way down low. Palonzo force the issue and get the puck back. Now 5 minutes left. Again, 3 points. Or a regulation win for either team would be huge. Upside call sin. Of course, you could argue, hey, get to overtime, you at least get a point. But while 1 point can make the difference for both teams, they need that big swing of 3 points for a regulation win.
Yeah, I feel like Renascor's in a bit more of a dire need, as that's a massive hip check. We've seen Party Time be breaking that out quite a bit throughout this this 2-game series between these two teams. But yeah, for Renascor, I think it's a more desperate need for that. I honestly think, you know, TIKI would be okay with it going to overtime. You know, you already have 3 points. That would guarantee you 4 points with a chance to get a 5th. But at the same time, obviously, you know, if they want a realistic chance at the playoffs, they got to push for it too. But if you're talking about who's more desperate, it has to be Renascor.
Already in control. Sent across for Tamex. Did not get the cleanest pickup. And did we have a disconnect, an outright freeze?
Yeah, stream crash.
Well, there we go. An unexpected error, to say the least, at a very crucial time in that particular game, with 3 minutes or so to go in said game. So we will see what these two teams elect to do in terms of how they're going to handle this. It is a close game, of course, but hey, we will be back in just a few moments to see what the word is and how we're going to handle things. So stick with us and we'll be right back.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
I believe we are back with the continuation of Tiki Talk and Renascor. Stop there by Gressu. So word is, of course, this is going to technically be the third period. They tacked on a little bit of time to factor in the slow final minute that they would have had for the third periods.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's always tough dealing with a restart right there. You're never too sure how it's going to affect the two teams, the momentum of the game and stuff like that. But both these two teams, these are important points on the line, so they got to lock back in quick.
See what the delay happens bring in terms of a potential momentum change. You certainly never know. As Motzi in control. And Renascor not able to hold on to two different leads in this game. You have the puck here. JM tried the centering feed. Puanzo can't get it all the way down. And from Otzi. And find the man in front. Opens up space for Tiki Talk down the other way. Hardy's pass picked off. JM going to lead things down the other way. That shot blocked. Iris throws it back towards the front. Zombie back for Virus. For JM. That one somehow doesn't go. Final few moments. Virus the force in front. JM. The spin. Tries the tuck. And Bise is able to cover with 3.8 to go.
Couple dangerous chances there for Renascor at the end, hunting for that regulation win. Still have a chance off of this face-off if they could set something up quickly.
And off the draw, clean win for Tiki Talk. So both teams will secure a point. And we will play for the second in overtime. Make it 4 points on the night for Tiki Talk. One more will certainly be their target.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Tiki Talk here, 4 points is decent, but 5 out of 6, that's about as good as it can kind of get without being perfect, quite obviously. They would have loved getting 6 out of 6, but this wasn't quite their best game, especially early on. They just didn't quite seem in sync. So for them to secure at least one so far, try to come back in this overtime and get that extra point, 5 out of 6 would still be a huge night for them. Do a lot of good for them in the standings, as well as they're just trying to battle forward, try to get out, get themselves into a playoff position if they can.
We will see who's able to acquire that extra point. Again, it'll show second period, but it is technically overtime. Next goal wins. See who can pick up that extra point. 1 point on the night for Renascor. Not be understated how important that second point would be for them. Tiki Talk still very much trying to battle into the playoffs. Especially when you acquire someone like Puanzo and get him into this lineup. The ambition kind of speaks for itself at that point.
Yeah, and you're absolutely seeing, a lot of kind of the impact that he's bringing, particularly, on the defensive side of things. His active stick has done so much for Tiki Talk in this matchup.
Off by Motzi. Cam has trouble, circles back. Nobby tried to find that middle lane with Virus, just not there.
Yeah, tough kind of reset right there. They make the middle pass, but unless you have, enough speed or the correct angle, that's such a tough break-in location for Virus, because you're going to have at least 2 guys there, usually about 3 kind of covering that middle lane.
Alonso not able to hold on to it. That one thrown off the back of the net by Party. JM. Oh, drag shot. Big stop. Second chance off the side of the cage. Renascor finally found a bit of an opening.
Yeah, beautiful job off of that 3-on-2 by them, particularly, JM kind of slowing up, opening up some space, gets that shot away, and had a chance on the secondary opportunity as well.
Niambi steps up, has a goal in this game. Firecats the wraparound. That one to go. Trouble for TIKI here. Get some stamina back. Up into the far side corner. Tamex for Party. In front for Powanso. Good stop. Agresu.
Continuing to be sharp, throughout the course of this series. Really just a great positional goaltender that we've seen. I mean, he doesn't really get out of position all too much. The only times he maybe even looked out of position was when someone was just flying in with speed and just, able to beat him before he's able to make the move to slide across. But other than that, he has just been fantastic for this Renascor squad.
As Renascor try to get something going here. JM, the move. Defense is there. Motzi now Firecats. And laps for TIKI. Takes it away. Puck at center. Amex avoids a hit. Wansa wanted the one-timer. Good read by JM. 3-on-3 here. JM can't hold on to it. Michigan fake, perhaps. JM shot. Good stop by Bisa. Tamex, he's gassed. Motzi easily able to get back. Am takes the hit. Already off the skates of Powanso, and will poke it back to his defense. As they go back to the same play that Tamex scored earlier. On earlier, I should say. That time didn't quite get the same bounce.
Yeah, and that one was a much better read that time by Niambi. He kind of remembered what happened last time, immediately went over the puck. He was actually the one to get to it first as well off of the end boards there. So great adjustment defense from the Renascor right defenseman.
Off the draw, JM, another good read. TikTok continue to look for the one-timers. M. Demotzi at the point. At the feed in front, Powanso was there to take it away.
Seemingly kind of abandoned that D-to-D sort of pass right there, and a bit odd because they have scored on that, in this game.
So race to the corner, Tamex for Powanso. Already can't hold on. Powanso there to recover. Good movement, but still held to the perimeter. Tried to go in front for Party. Resu's able to track it and freezes it.
Yeah, both of these two teams kind of going with those more forced passes to the middle, trying to get the puck to the middle of the ice. And we haven't seen the same amount of perimeter shots and D-to-D one-timers that we were seeing throughout the rest of the course of this series.
Win for Virus. That's up Renascor again, technically OT1. Two teams on the restart. Motzi takes the hip check. JM still in control. Virus at the point. Deflection bid. And Bisa was there.
Yeah, you really like to kind of see that right there coming out from Renascor. It's Virus on the point, just kind of risking that one through. It was Motzi on the net front getting a nice deflection on, but good save by Bisa. But I like to see it. Renascor kind of mixing things up on the offensive side of things, throwing some different looks at TIKI.
Off the draw, TIKI in control. We'll get that extra point. Again, second matchup of the night in waiting. The GOONS against EXEN. Party for Powanso. Party in front as well. Kept out. Final moments. One more chance for Renascor. Low shot. Kept out. And it'll take another overtime to try to decide a winner.
Yeah, and that one, it kind of started picking up at the end there. The first, little bit of that overtime almost seemed a bit of some cautious play, just trying to get those really, really high percentage, shots on net and things like that. But then we started to see it open up a little bit. A lot more people just taking shots, mostly on the side of Renascor, particularly, that shot from the slot right there, and then Virus ripping one from the point while he was covering for Motzi. Motzi getting deflection as well. So we're seeing a lot more of that from Renascor right now. You'd like to see the same sort of thing coming out on the side of TIKI as well, because they were they're a little bit lackluster in the offensive zone there on that. We saw a couple decent opportunities. Gressu was able to make the saves, but while they were dangerous, they were maybe not as high of percentage of at least the execution side, because it's a lot more forces towards the middle and things like that.
And double overtime coming up. See who was able to find that breakthrough. Always the action brought to you by our friends at Kovalan Lakritsi. It is our Wednesday Elite Division Spotlight here on SportsGamer. That shot picked off by Pawanso. Again, TikI trying to stay in the playoff conversation. Renascor to avoid a potential relegation series with one of our Pro Division Final Four. It's the winner of our Pro Division. Of course, you can see our coverage every Tuesday for that. We'll take over. For the last place finisher. Good save by JM. Or on the shot by JM. Ambisa as the feed in front does not go. Already a little bit of space. Stuck on the backhand, though. Weaves through. Can't find Pawanso. These two teams continue to stalemate one another. Lazio will bring it back. Damn, the shot. You said the save again. Fires over the line. Force in front. Defense is there. Amex unable to hold on. Step up. Good save with the blocker from Gressu. As the force across there for Party doesn't go. Puck along the half wall. Tamex, the shot. Good save. Loose puck poked away. Wanso nearly there. Go all the way back to Gressu. Plays it out for Niambi. Trying to get Renascor going. Very slow get up for Firecats. Trouble here for TikI through the neutral zone. Space for Pawanso. Party has it poked away by Motzi. He's really kind of grown into the series. I mean, Party was off to such a strong start. Has a goal in this game, but he's not getting nearly the same amount of quality chances.
Yeah, not at all. Great credit to the defense as well. Really kind of limiting him, slowing him down.
And tried to fire that one through the traffic. Here's Pawanso with a bit of speed. Back to the point. EDD one-timer, good block by Motzi. Alonso tried to go to Party in front. Defense was there on the collapse. As that one doesn't go through. Space for JM. Over the line. Contact. Force the reset again. A shot from the point. Glove save for Gressu.
Finally, a little bit of excitement to kind of break some of the lull that was happening there with these two teams, really trying to feed those pucks into the slot. Like to see that right there, but once again, Gressu in great position.
Point. Now Party down low. Shot somehow doesn't find the back of the cage. As Motzi able to recover. This goes for icing.
Good opportunity here for Tiki Talk as this second OT winds to a close. And a big hit right there as well. But yeah, for Tiki Talk, they seem to be starting to figure out being a bit more willing to throw pucks on from the point. DDD one-timers, we saw one actually from Savinainen in the similar position looking for a deflection, but too many bodies in front.
That shot again flex away. I mean, at this point, you just got to try to throw different things on. I mean, otherwise you're hoping for a lucky bounce. JM works his way through. And maybe that was the lucky bounce as the defense can't strip him of the puck. JM gets the goal that sees Renascor pick up the extra point in overtime.
Just a beautiful job. We've seen him attempt that at another point in this series as well. Can't remember if it was this game or the last one. But that time he finds success. Lost it for a split second. Couldn't tell if it was incidental or a poke or maybe just a short stick lift, but he got it right back. Goes to the backhand and finishes it off. Huge extra point on the side of Renascor and a missed opportunity on the side of Tiki Talk and only getting 4 out of a possible 6 points. That's still good for them, but they really would have preferred 5 or 6 out of a matchup like this for Renascor. You know, not the strongest set of games right there, but you do still get a couple points. Yeah, it's still kind of within striking distance, so to speak, to start to turn this season around.
Again, in total, 4 points on the night for Tiki Talk. Renascor walk away with 2 as they get the win here in overtime. And again, that brings us that much closer to the start of our second series as we look to get back on track after a bit of a marathon game here to end that series. So on the other side of the break, it will be EXEN taking on GOONS. Stick with us. We'll be back for more Elite Division action.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi. Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
And we are back, everybody. And, well, as you can see, the teams, I believe, were matched up briefly and had perhaps a bit of a reset. But we are just about ready to go for our second matchup of the broadcast. It is EXEN taking on GOONS. And while these two teams get ready to go, you know what? Let's throw it over to the standings. We'll kind of hurry through our typical pregame set here as, again, we look to get things back underway after a delayed, the restart and all that fun stuff. So currently, GOONS find themselves in fourth. Obviously, points per game, makes a bit of a difference, but they are in a playoff spot, while EXEN, who were considered, one of the top teams heading into the season, have really struggled and currently find themselves in 12th. Sin, it's one of those situations where you can have all the talent in the world. Sometimes it just doesn't mesh. Yeah. EXEN 12 games left to try to figure it out and get back into a playoff position where, again, right now, they're at an even 1.0 point per game pace out of a maximum of 3 behind Hamo, who currently occupy that last playoff spot at a 1.3. It's tough. Like, they have games in hand, but the track record does not lend confidence to them being able to make up that ground.
No, not at all. Just a really awful goal differential when you're considering who they have on this team. I mean, you got Moja, Domi, Wenger, like champions. You have champions on this roster. We're seeing Landström up, playing on the wing, started out as a defender, I do believe. And they just haven't quite figured it out. And it's a bit kind of curious, but like you said, sometimes, great players don't necessarily always mesh when you put them all together, and maybe kind of what we're seeing here from EXEN, but they do have time to sort of right the ship.
And we get ready here. The action going to begin in just a matter of moments. Sin mentioned the lineup for these two teams. See if we're able to give you a look at that before we get things underway, and indeed we will. So for GOONS, Kantala, Lexa, and Kanerdy with Sisu and Easy Sniper on defense, Circula in goal. On the other side, Landström, Moja, Pikari with Domi and Wenger on defense, and Kazu between the pipes. We'll see if we eventually have more time for the in-depth comparisons. And we're getting word that they're going to have a restart for their game because, of course they are. The technical issues continue from the NHL side of things. So, Sin, let's breathe. Let's slow down the pace a little bit here. Why not? I mentioned the lineups there. Let's take a look at the team stats, and then we can go to the individual comps, time permitting. You mentioned the goal differential for EXEN, and that's the big story between these two teams. Is GOONS significantly better in that regard?
Yeah, EXEN just surprisingly hasn't figured out the offense, and that's something that you just don't really expect. Obviously, Moja, very solid player, championships under his belt. Pikari, I mean, we know he's just one of the most insane skilled individuals throughout Elite. You think of his 1v1 stuff that he does, and it's absolutely phenomenal. But altogether, this team just has not found the offense. The only 32 goals for over the span of those 18 games, and just not something that you expected.
Not at all. And, you talk about the players that are involved. We'll start with that center comparison. You look at someone like Moja with that championship pedigree compared to someone like Lexa, and just the point differential, granted, again, different amount of games played, is wild. The face-off percentage as well, drastically different. And Moja has really struggled in that regard this season.
Yeah, he was never, the best face-off taker, but we've never seen his percentages low. I mean, he did play on the point last season, so maybe a little bit of a rust and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just not where it needs to be. I mean, that's getting drastically low, especially after so long in the season.
Of course, we have the winger comparison coming up here as well, as we talk about Kantala and Kanerdy, who have been One of the best duos we have seen in the Elite Division this season. Landstrom and Pikari on the other side. And I'm always surprised by Pikari, because we got to cover it live, the 1v1 final a couple of seasons ago, where he displayed just this unbelievable control of the 1v1 side of things. But from the 6v6 perspective, again, you are relying on other players as well. And it just hasn't quite clicked to the same level. I mean, under a point per game pace.
Yeah, it just hasn't quite translated. And of course, the defender matchup for both of these two teams as well. When you think about the side of, Easy Just Sniper and Sisu, we'll put that on screen for you in just a second as well. I mean, considering Domi and Wenger, it's just absolutely incredible, what they've been able to do in their careers. But, looking at what Sisu and Easy Just Sniper do, and they're vastly outplaying them.
They have been phenomenal so far this season, and two players that I continue to mention throughout the wraparound and the research that I do for that particular show. Again, Domi and Wenger, the championship pedigree, but something just hasn't quite clicked for EXEN. And of course, the goaltender, our final comp as we get ready for the action to begin, hopefully here in a moment. Circula against Kazu. And, for Kazu, certainly not the numbers that you would expect to see. Circula, though, has been phenomenal.
Yeah, he absolutely has been. So we are just now finally getting underway right here.
Perhaps the early chance for EXEN, of course, the home side in this one. And we'll see what happens in this game. Because again, for EXEN, they need to make the most of a matchup like this. For GOONS, already a lot of games out of the way, closer to the end of the season than the start, as they look to make it into a playoff situation again after kind of yo-yoing, in terms of trouble, being in trouble. We've seen them in the playoffs before. Like, you never really know what you're going to get with this team on a season-by-season basis.
Yeah, but right now looking great.
As Wenger able to take this one away. EXEN try to gain the zone, and they do. Pikari. The corner, bumped off the puck. Landstrom there to recover. Tried to find Moja. Defense. It's a good job. Henry for just Sniper stepping up. Pass doesn't go. So he was able to find that early breakthrough. That's what tonight's been about, is kind of dictating the pace. Landstrom wanted the one-timer for Pikari. It's blocked by Kontala. Wenger stepped up to try to keep it alive. Kontala's pass picked off. Second chance. Elects not to shoot. Draws a penalty. There was a hit. Sisu at the point. Shot scores! Deflected from the circle. It's Alexa, as GOONS strike first here in the first period.
Just beautiful job with the delayed penalty, maintaining possession and cycling it around the perimeter, finding that shooting lane with traffic in front. Beautiful deflection coming out from Lexa right there, higher in the slot, and not a whole lot Kazu could do on that one. 1-0 here for GOONS.
A big goal there. Lexa entered play today, 22 games played, 15 goals. GOONS open up the scoring on the first shot on goal of the game. Sisu able to keep that puck in only momentarily. GOONS in control. Wenger able to find Landstrom. Domi. Back for Wenger at the point. Moja, that extra pass, and maybe a bit ill-advised. He had space on the forehand to throw a shot on from a pretty high danger area.
Yeah, and it's not bad if your guy's expecting and is able to rip off the one-timer, but we saw that simply wasn't the case right there. Yeah, I would have really liked to see the pass. Bit surprising, too. He's got 11 goals and only 7 assists.
Landstrom across. Moja, Pikari both have a chance at it, but it's GOONS who come away with it. And he's just sniper stepping up, but that's off the skate of a teammate. And EXEN will slow things down. Onstrom with a little bit of space here. Just down low from Moja. Tried to find TIKI, but didn't get a clean pickup. TIKI wrap around. Circle of the save. Onstrom the short side. That one kept out as well. Now Kanery stepping up. Trying to protect. And does. Pass nearly picked off by Landstrom. TIKI's there. Wenger stepping up with speed. Sends it across. And Circula keeps that one out. Numbers here now for Goons if they work quickly. Alexa in the corner. Defense does well. Connects and do on the counterattack. Not much. Opens up space for Goons down the other way. Kontala. Thought a hit was coming. Turns it over instead. Omi for TIKI. Now Moja down low. Good patience. Back to the point. Heavy collapse here from Goons. Omi. Back wall. TIKI to the point. Wenger tried to throw it on. Couldn't do it. Double trouble. But Kontala cannot get the pickup. Knocked it back to his own zone. Fortunate break for EXEN. One more chance here for Goons. That shot blocked by Landstrom. And Goons strike on their only shot on goal of the period.
Yeah, a bit surprising. They definitely seemed very dangerous at a lot of other times, but just that's all they, I guess, needed. You know, the one registered shot for that goal right there. Man, that was almost disastrous for EXEN there. It's just unfortunately for Kontala, he was like an incidental contact with his stick that knocked it back in the zone instead of getting that puck pickup. They could have very easily had a breakaway or at least a partial breakaway on that sequence. Didn't quite come for it. So fortunate for EXEN there. They didn't pay for that bit of a miscue on the point by Wenger. So, but on the side of EXEN, you know, they had a few shots. They had some good zone time, maybe a couple ill-advised, you know, decisions here and there. But you got to think back to that save by Circula on the one-timer, which really was massive, you know, and that's really the difference right here. I mean, it's a great goal by Goons, but this save right here is the difference maker, getting that blocker over. Not the best aim on the shot, but still a wonderful save by Circula.
Get ready for the second period. You get a look at that wraparound stop one more time. Always the action brought to you by our friends at Kovalan Lakrati. It is game number 1 of 2 between Goons and EXEN. Second matchup to bring our week 3 coverage to a close. Chance for Landstrom. Of course, you got to hear from B Major on Monday. Fortunately, missed out on our Pro Division coverage yesterday. Again, apologies for that. Does it feel right to apologize for being sick? I don't know. But it's always a shame, especially when it ends up being the Pro Division spotlight, because that has been an incredibly interesting division this season. Always is, but this season especially, there's been something about it. As a shot and a goal, EXEN find their way through as Landstrom finds the back of the net on the one-timer.
Finally found him open, wide open. No one picks him up on the side of Goons right there. A bit of a miscue. They go heavy collapse as he backs out and opens up, and not a whole lot that Circula could do on that one. Made a great save earlier. That one, no chance, and EXEN has tied it up.
Goal there to tie it. Landstrom entered play 18 games, 8 goals. Shockingly good for second on the team. We talked about EXEN's struggles offensively. As TIKI can't get the shot off, but there was contact from Lexa that'll send him to the box and put EXEN on the power play.
Yeah, and that really all starts from a terrific read by Domi in the neutral zone. That's something that he's always been known for. Just very amazing job, awareness, and positioning to get pickoffs in the neutral zone. He transitions it from defense to offense, and that helps draw the penalty right there to set up this power play opportunity for EXEN.
Aggressive set here. Landstrom able to come up with it. Wenger for Moja. Try to establish here the way they're looking for. Wenger taken down. Clean. Elmi. With space. Throws one towards goal. And paddled away. Kept in by Moja. Onstrom shot into the glove. Another save for Circola.
He has had to be sharp at times throughout this game, especially now. EXEN really starting to pour on the shots on this man advantage here. And even before that, we've seen that hit from Kontala. But it was good close puck support, and EXEN was able to keep things alive in the offensive zone on the man advantage. We'll see what if Moja can win this face-off and keep it alive even further.
Elmi in control. D-to-D pass to Wenger. Steps in, poked away at the last moments, and cleared out.
Really clutch poke right there. I think he's trying to work his way into a great shooting position. Had net front there with Moja as well.
Lundstrom tried to find Moja in front. A successful kill for Goons. Elmi. Lundstrom to get back to his feet, runs out of space. As the chance for Lexa, that one gets all the way through. Didn't get all of it. Good save regardless from Kazu.
Very dangerous and really kind of unexpected and something that we don't see too often from Wenger. Miscue in kind of the neutral zone, gets completely beat wide right there, which is able to set up that look and that beautiful saucer pass over. But yeah, you said it, just didn't quite hit it with the amount of gusto that he needed to beat Kazu.
Talked about Kazu's struggles so far this season. I like to describe him as one of the more, enigmatic goaltenders of this division. Any given night, he can be one of the best goalies in the world, or just things don't happen to go too well for him. And in the backup role for Bennu on this EXEN team, also a sub 80 save percentage. So it's just more of a... I think when you have two goalies in, like Bennu and Kazu, both under a 79% save percentage, on the opening goal.
Highlight. And TIKI Talk just picks.
Interesting. Okay, that caught me off guard for sure. As we'll have a penalty here. Those dang fat fingers of our producer. No more eating on the job, sir. No more. As Lundstrom will go to the box. I was going to say, Sim, when EXEN have had two goaltenders of that caliber struggling in terms of save percentage, that is hilarious. The replay of the season. Just chomping on the mouth guard. It kind of shows the struggles that the team has had as a whole, because you're not going to see both goaltenders of that caliber struggle if it's not a team issue. Goons on the power play, though, and a big stop by Kazu, case in point.
Yeah, I freaked out for a second there. The camera went all wonky, and I thought we had another disconnect right there. But no, getting a chance to see this Goons power play go to work. Really quick shot. Good save by Kazu. Now they got to, try to work this one out. Moja, that's important face-off win. Talked about his struggles in the dot earlier on. Whoa, what a send right there. Just bounces off Pikari's back.
There's a chance there. Easy just sniper denied a goal. And 1-1 game, Goons on the power play, and we'll see what I imagine would be a timeout. A restart might bring tears to the eyes. How this season's gone, but we'll get a look here. Wow. I mean, we've seen some moments in this game that I feel like have been pretty unique to this particular game already.
He just clotheslined him into the goal.
Goons on the power play. One-timer, glove save for Kazu as they continue to get some looks here.
They're swarming right now, and that they really want to kind of take this advantage back because EXEN has looked really good as this game has gone on.
As easy to sniper. Steps in. Good stop by Kazu again. Stepped up in a big time way. Another one-timer. The aim just not quite where he wanted it. So some great looks for Goons, but here comes Domi for EXEN. We're back to 5-on-5. Goons will survive at some really big saves there. There's Kontala. Tried to find Lexa. Lundstrom wanted Pikari. Back check and pressure. Was able to take it away. Kontala looking. The shot. Save again by Kazu. They scored in a very similar way earlier.
Yeah, I mean, why not kind of go back to the well in that situation? Those beautiful one-timer looks. I mean, on the man advantage, they really, a couple of them looked like they had a great chance of going in. Moshe jumps on the draw. That's going to be free full pressure.
Good block by Lundstrom. Battled on in the corner. Domi. Find Moja. Wenger. Tried to dump it in. Couldn't get all of it. Easy to sniper for Kontala. Had to go back in front. Defense was there. Moja for Pikari. Has to go back. Now Lundstrom, the goal scorer for EXEN. Pikari tries the short side, and Circle is there.
Yeah, in the same vein that Kazu's had to be sharp, especially on the one-timer, Circle has had to be sharp, because right now, EXEN really not hesitating to throw the puck on from a variety of angles, and that can be tough for a goaltender.
Sisu in control, final minute. Poke check. Lundstrom sets up Pikari with speed. Wenger jumping in. Back across for Pikari. Big save for Circula. As both goaltenders, a strong effort through 2 periods of play.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly the kind of performance that Kazu needed, you know, on the power play. 2 huge one-timer saves, and now we've seen a couple coming out from Circula as well with that last one. Obviously, that one in the first period was massive for his team. Kind of helped contribute to their momentum early on, but you know, couldn't handle that second one right there. Obviously, the lone goal on the side of EXEN scored by Lundstrom. That being said, I mean, it's been, you know, no real shortage of offense. Some key saves here and there. Good job by defenses getting that out 1-1 when it could easily be, you know, 2-2 or maybe even 3-2, considering some of the chances that these two teams have had. As you saw the shot total there, 10-8. We're going to look at some replays right here. There's that save. Beautiful job by Circula.
So again, 2 periods of play down. And, you know, Sim, we talked about how important these 2 matchups are. You know, for a team like Goons being that much closer. The end of your season. Currently much higher up in the standings than I think a lot of people expected. Currently sitting in 5th on points percentage for EXEN. This has turned into a very, very big matchup. They would love 3 points for the regulation win.
Yeah, and that's also, yeah, I was just going to point that out. You know, a win's nice, but it's the extra points right now. Really for more on the side of EXEN than Goons. You know, they'll take any kind of points, just try to, you know, solidify their spot. Obviously, seeding is going to be important, but the most important thing is to make that playoffs. And if you're playing like the way Goons are, you got to feel confident really against any sort of team, because most everyone kind of counting this team out early on, and well, they're one of the better ones.
Battled on here. EXEN able to recover in their own zone. As Wenger tries to feed to the middle. Moja throws one on. Good save. So now an 11-8 advantage. Here's the shots on goal. Moja, the power poke from Lexa. Way back to the point. Pikari in front for Lundstrom. Sniper's able to take that one away. Up the skates of Moja, and Goons will elect to settle back. As the bounce Forces a cover out of Circula.
I'm not too sure. We've seen a couple decisions like that from Wenger in this game. I'm not too sure if he was trying to hard around there or thought his guys had a bit more speed where that, you know, play off of the end boards would work right there. Does get him an offense's own face-off, although Lex is able to come up with the win and Goons clear the zone for the moment.
There's Domi. The forehand finds Landstrom. Golden helmet wearer's team leading scorer. As their only goal in this game. Pikari can't hold on to it. Landstrom scores! Make it that he has both EXEN goals in this game. It's 2-1.
Huge moment right there for EXEN. Great play by Landstrom as well. You know, great work behind the net, battling for the puck, getting it, making that quick little turn, coming out front, getting on the forehand. Looking like a stick in his skate as well. Puts it 5-hole on Circula. And EXEN have taken a 2-1 lead here. 12:31 left in the third.
Seeing what the response is from Goons. They now trail EXEN where they want to be, but there's still work to be done. Domi, good avoidance. As Moja. Pikari. Good job to maintain possession. As EXEN continue to rack up the zone time. Circle of the save and nearly some friendly fire from Sisu.
Yeah, Circula kind of fell back down on that one. It wasn't too much of a dangerous shot, but maybe a bit lower stamina levels for Circula, as you know, EXEN has been putting a lot of pressure on. You know, as this game continues to go on, they have really not hesitated at any point to, you know, pour some shots on. No traffic in front or anything, but if there was, you know, Circula was down and out. That could have been a very opportune moment for EXEN had they gotten to that loose puck.
Get ready for the face-off here. 9:35 to go. Mosia for Landstrom. Good job, good read there by Sisu to take it away. Ainery back and a big save there. As Alexa with the big burst of speed to step into the slot. Now Wenger at a steam. Pass intercepted by Sisu. And slowly running out of time here to find the tying goal. Onside here though. Hyper at the point. Off the posts. Things can happen in a key play there by Sisu. Keeps it alive. Shot on, blocked by Pikari. Well, good looks for Goons in the last few seconds. Antala tried to go across. Hyper throws one on. Loose puck in front. EXEN doing their best to hold on here. A lot of pressure from Goons. Big step up hit from Kantala. Lexa. One-timer. Doesn't go. Good save by Kazu. Hyper steps up. Can't keep it alive. Landstrom for Pikari. Full pressure's on. It's going to be slow, but he's able to take it to the other end. And dumps it in. 90 seconds left. Pikari down and out for the moment. Antala. One-timer. Blocked. Loose puck in front that Moja recovers. They can't hold it. Ainery's pass intercepted by Domi. 50 seconds now. And a penalty is going to be called, but here's Wenger down the other way. Fortunate time for the camera cut. But with 43 seconds to go, EXEN to the power play.
Yeah, and that's just worst case scenario for Goons. They got to be feeling, you know, pretty rough. Every single great one-time opportunity that they've had, and they've had about 3 or 4, Kazu has been able to turn aside. Exactly the sort of performance that Kazu needed and that his team needed in this matchup, especially EXEN, a tremendous opportunity. close things out right here. We're definitely going to be seeing that timeout coming. Goons are desperate. They do need to counterattack, but they are a man short. They have the skill to do it. But for EXEN, I think both the defenders just have to drop back. Your forwards have to be the ones to kind of, work it down low. Maybe you send, one of the guys into the zone, but you got to be very, very careful on this power play. One mistake could lead to an A-grade chance for Goons.
Final moments of regulation. Here we go. Face off. Goons able to come up with it. Sisu hounded by Landstrom. In control now. Back four. Peakery can't pick that corner. Puck played out. Moja. Or Wenger. Maybe ill-advised from Circular to play that one out. As Peakery trying to kill time. 16 seconds. It's Sisu for Sniper. Kontala picks it up. Good save. Second chance on the short side. Send to the open side, and that should do it. One more chance for EXEN. Saved by Circula, but the scoreline will hold as EXEN pick up a big 3 points for the regulation win.
Landstrom denied his hat trick at the end there, but I think he'll be okay with it. EXEN needed this. They needed a great performance, and they got it really from just about everyone. They got some good offense. They didn't score a ton, but they didn't need to because Kazu was solid. Domi and Wenger were very solid in support of him, but really, for Kazu, he desperately needed a game like this. Tremendous saves, particularly on all the one-time opportunities that Goons were getting. He was making every single save that he needed to, and EXEN was able to, hold on, get the extra goal that they needed, and just hold on for the 3 points. This could be a huge turning point for them. Now, I still do think they need to figure out their offense and get, start scoring some more goals, start executing a bit better. We've seen good chances. We see they're not, too afraid to throw the pucks on. They're just not going in, and at some point, it can't just be a coincidence. So we're going to have to see what they do in this second game here, but if they can pull off the double against Goons, that is all the confidence you need heading into the latter half of the season for them.
A big result. EXEN 3 points in the bag for that regulation win. 35 hits to 5. That sure sounds like a Goons performance, doesn't it?
Yep.
We'll get a look here again. Goons' only goal off of this deflection. With a delayed penalty at that moment. Landstrom able to tie the game here on this one-timer. Excellent pass, nothing a goaltender can do. And then, of course, here, ultimately the winning goal on a tuck play. Off the pad and in. So, EXEN, 3 points, as I mentioned, and an opportunity to do it again. Second game and the fourth and final game of our broadcast coming up in just a few moments. Stick with us.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
There was a hit. Sisu at the point. Shot scores!
Higher in the slot, and not a whole lot Kazu could do on that one. 1-0 here for Goons.
Let's a little bit of space here. Down low for Moja, tried to find Peakery, but didn't get a clean pickup. Peakery stepping up, trying to protect. And does. Pass nearly picked off by Landstrom. Peakery's there. Wenger stepping up with speed. Sends it across. This season. Always is, but this season especially, there's been something about it. As a shot and a goal. EXEN Lexa that'll send him to the box and put EXEN on the power play.
Yeah, and that really all starts from a terrific read by Dor.
For Lexa, that one gets all the way through. Didn't get all of it. Good save regardless from Kazu. It kind of shows the struggles that the team has had as a whole, because you're not going to see both goaltenders of that caliber struggle if it's not a team issue. Goons on the power play, though, and a bit.
Oh, what a send right there. Just bounces off Peakery's back.
There's a chance there. Wow. I mean, Easy to sniper again. Stepped up in a big time way. Another will take it away. Antila looking, the shot, save. Poke check. Landstrom sets up Hikari with speed. Wenger jumping in. Back across. That's their only goal in this game. Hikari can't hold on to it. Landstrom scores!
Landstrom as well, you know, great work behind the net, battling for the puck, getting it, making that quick little turn, coming out front, getting on the forehand.
Job to maintain possession. As EXEN continue to rack up the zone time. Circle. Good read there by Sisu to take it away. Henry back and a tying goal. One side here, though. Point off. Things can happen in a key play there by Sisu. Keeps it alive. Shot on, blocked by Hikari. Big step up hit from Kontala. Lexa. One-timer. GOONS able to come up with it. Sisu hounded by Landstrom. In control now. Back. Oh.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
And we are back, everybody, and as you can see, the team's taken to the ice. We are ready to go. Sin, it is game number 2 after an EXEN regulation win. Another one here could be gigantic for their season.
Yeah, absolutely, but you got to think they're going to have to figure out a way to score more than 2 goals in that one. Kazu stood on his head at a couple of key points in that last game, and you know GOONS is hungry. They want some points too.
See what happens. It is EXEN and their road whites for this one. Still following from their perspective. Early couple of looks here. Wenger tries to fire that one through. Injures Landstrom in the process. On to love for Sisu. D to D in that one. By Kazu. Still dealing with that injury. Here's Domi. Back to him. Wenger finds Mozia. Landstrom across. Sisu's there. GOONS Goons will slow it up. Moja back to the forehand. Takes the hit. Wenger wisely maintains possession. We can't get that one across. He's having trouble breaking into the attacking zone.
Yeah, both of these two teams right now just having a bit of a rougher start to this game. Not a whole lot of clean passing to be had.
Offside call there.
Point in case, it's been hard for really both these guys to gain the line with any sort of efficiency there. We see when Landstrom got smoked by his own teammate, had to deal with that injury for a bit. But yeah, sort of a ho-hum start to this first period so far. Not a whole lot of dangerous chances or really any chances to speak of so far. We're going to have to see which kind of team is able to take the game by the reins right here and take control of it.
Omi and EXEN in control off the face-off, but the trap of Goons. Kantala. Fine Cannery. It goes back to Sisu at the point. Sniper shot in front. They score. The heavy commit from Kazu leaves an open goal for Lexa, and Goons strike first for the second game in a row.
Yeah, that's really far out that he slid right there. I'm not too sure if he was animated in trying to get the save on the one-time, or just maybe looks like a bit of a mistake from him right there as the shot kind of hit a body in front, bounced right. Yeah, this just looks like an overslide to me right there. An easy backhand sweep into the net, and Goons take a 1-0 lead.
Goal there for Lexa. See how EXEN respond, but it is Goons. He's for the moment in control. Lexa. Sisu tried to throw it on, didn't get much on it. Space for Landstrom to try to make something happen. He's taken down. And EXEN will go to the power play.
A bit of an unfortunate break right there for Sisu as he's trying to get that poke across. Maybe would have liked to see him play the body right there as Landstrom didn't have any sort of support and was putting himself into the boards there. But nonetheless, Sisu will sit for two. This is a huge opportunity here for EXEN to get right back into this after a start that, well, you can describe it in a lot of ways, but we'll call it slow here.
Antala in control. Can't get a clean out. Does this time, though. Some power play. Looks to get back to work. Omi back for Wenger. Steps in. Moja couldn't get a clean pickup. TIKI had a poke at it. But it's covered.
Yeah, decent movement right there from EXEN. They are, running short on power play time due to the early clearance by Goons. And again, Moja's just going to have to keep going on these face-off, kind of keep grinding things out right here. As we do have a pause. Not too sure if they're close to full pressure or what was going on right there, but I guess we'll get our answers in just a few moments. We're always kind of holding our breath, making sure there's no sort of reset here, but get a nice look at that goal once again. Yeah, it was a deflection chance. Looks like it went off the leg of the man in front there, and Lexa was able to sweep that one home.
As we continue on. EXEN still 45 seconds of power play time if they need it. Landstrom denied by the blocker. Omi for TIKI. Moja scores! EXEN able to tie this game up at 1 goal apiece. The power play successful.
Really good job of puck movement right there as you see the pass from Wenger finding TIKI in the slot. Both kind of defenders sort of playing more of the shot, and Moja kind of creeps in towards the back door right there. Uncontained pass to him, and he's got no problem tucking that one home with that gold close quarters.
Just like that, we have ourselves a tie game, 1 apiece. Shot there. So able to keep it out. Domi, good moves to keep the puck. Throws one on.
Tripped.
And indeed, Lexa going to head to the box yet again. EXEN right back to the power play.
Yeah, a bit of a tough situation here on the side of Goons. You started out so strong and, got that opening goal, but then you just got scored on the power play. Now you're going right back to the box, and that's your centerman as well headed to the box. So maybe, a bit of, at least it's a different matchup in terms of Moja, who we have mentioned has struggled in the face-off dot so far throughout the course of the season. Hasn't been bad in this 2-game set here. Ties it up, and they will get possession.
All right, so EXEN with 1 power play tally already. Shot on. Rebound cleared out by Sniper. It's Domi. Nice pass to keep that puck in. Nearly won back. Ultimately cleared. And offside's the call.
Too sure what happened right there. I think maybe he's trying to hit Moja right there with speed cutting in, but Lundstrom was already in that position right there. So once again, bit of miscommunication on a zone entry on the side of EXEN, and both these teams at times have struggled with that in this game, but that's a key time to not get a zone entry for EXEN with the man advantage. They do get it right back in though.
Lundstrom to Domi. Has space. Really looking for a pass over a shot. Wenger tries to pick the corner, saved. Full pressure as we're back to 5-on-5. Hickory has it knocked away. Sisu for Lexa, clears the zone. Full pressure, just clears as Goons back in control. Less than 90 seconds left in the period. As Sniper back to the forehand, throws it towards goal. Flex away. One more chance here for EXEN. As Domi for Hickory. Can't get that shot through. A goal apiece. You're in the first.
And more opportunities for EXEN than on the side of Goons, who really just haven't been able to get their offense going against this EXEN team, who we know has been struggling coming into this matchup, but this is a good time for them to get that team defense together, as they've been struggling on the offensive side. But with Domi, with Wenger, with Moja, all these very, very capable players, especially when you're thinking about defensive awareness and positioning and being able to shut things down, it's not been easy for Goons to generate the offense. Just 2 shots, only 120 time on attack. Obviously, taking 2 penalties in that period doesn't help, in regards to being able to establish your offense. They're going to have to clean that up right here. You can't keep giving a talented roster like EXEN these opportunities, because they will make you pay for it. Still tied though, so this is the good news for Goons as we head into the second period. Is take one more look at that first goal right there, but for them, they're going to have to find a way to get some other opportunities. They were stifled by Kazu in that first game, especially on their one-timers, but I'd still like to see them maybe be able to set up a few of those and take some more tries, because there's only so many times Kazu can make a brilliant save on them.
The second period is underway. As always, the action brought to you by our friends at Kovalan Lakritsi. It's a game number 2 and a goal for Moja. What a way to start the second period off for EXEN. Sin was about to say they won game 1. Now here they are in control of game 2.
That's a beautiful job off of the zone entry right there. A give and go between Hickory and Moja there. Beautifully done by Hickory, and a great skate right up the gut at the angle by Moja. You're going to get another look at it. Give, go right back, and Moja untouched. Circula playing, obviously to his right side, thinking that shot's coming immediately, and that's just that veteran, experienced patience coming out from Moja right there to tuck that one home, and it's seems crazy we're calling Moshe, veteran and very experienced at this point. It was only, a couple, 2-3 short years ago where he was making what felt like, his debut coming off of that old Sawo roster in the championship.
We'll see how Goons respond. They were not able to get the tying goal in the last game. Offside call here.
Goons' turn to struggle to gain the offensive zone, and they need to be able to figure it out quickly because this EXEN team is just suffocating them, and they continue to find ways to score, whether it's on the power play or off of the rush like that last goal. They're right now getting the better of Goons in this matchup, and while, Goons is in a pretty comfortable position near the top of the standings, seeding is important, and you don't want to start losing momentum at this stage in the season, but EXEN really playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Landstrom nearly found Mozia again. Antala, good protection, has Sisu at the point, shot off the post. TIKI denies the second chance. Yet another post hit for Goons. Hardly their first of the series. Landstrom unable to find Mozia. Sisu's pass intercepted. Landstrom trying to find some space. Turnover here and a goal again. Mozia taking over here in the second period.
His hat trick in this game. What a game he is having right here. Felt like one of these guys needs to break out. We're seeing it from Mozia right now. Beautifully done right there. And that's why you see him rocking that gold close quarters. While he doesn't necessarily completely fake out Sirkala right there, he's got the time, he's got the space, and he's got that gold close quarters. Finds a way to squeeze it by Sirkala, and EXEN up 3-1 now. This matchup going exactly as they wanted it to, and exactly what they need at this stage in of the season. So they're trying to work their way into a playoff position from, well, certainly where they don't want to be, and certainly where none of us really expected them to be with a roster like this, but maybe they're figuring something out here, Tugi.
3-1 now in favor of EXEN. Here's Kontala. He's out of gas. The spin shot. Save from Kazu. Plays it out at a risky time. One-timer blocked by Domi.
That's a clutch block right there from Domi, and that shot had a pretty good chance to beat Kazu right there.
Goons, it gets worse. Now down by 2. Does a good job there. Landstrom back for Domi at the point. Hawk turned over here, though. Kanerly with the step on Domi. Scores! And Sin, that's all it takes. One mistake, one bobble of the puck.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple in this series from Wenger right now. That's just a bit unfortunate right there. It's just gotta try to get rid of that a bit quicker right there. I'm not too sure if you caught him with the bobble. I didn't quite catch that initially. That would be a bit, obviously unfortunate on his half right there. But yeah, that's just exactly what Goons needed. Capitalize on a mistake. That's exactly what they've done. Giving themselves a great chance. Just 1 goal separation. Plenty of time left in the second. Plenty of time left in this game.
Goons now back to within 1. See how EXEN respond to giving up a goal, as it looked like they might just be running away with this one. Only able to keep it in, has Landstrom here. And with TIKI. Job by EXEN to win this puck back. Goons, though, defense able to hold on. Kontala gonna win the race to this puck. Throws it towards goal. Kazu keeps it out. This one's rocketed out of the zone. Sisu has trouble, and EXEN not able to fully take advantage. Lundstrom down low, tries to find Mosier, the hot hand in this particular game. We hit the final minute. Space and a goal! Great patience from TIKI. And EXEN back up by 2.
We may be witnessing EXEN's coming out party in this season. Beautifully done right there. All kinds of space for TIKI. Goes backhand, back to the forehand. A screen from his own defenseman that Circle has to try to battle through. Slightly out of position, and TIKI makes no mistake from that location. 4-2 now in favor of EXEN, and GOONS just cannot keep up.
Certainly a bit of a surprise just in terms of the offense between these two teams. Based on how that first game played out, GOONS tried to forego the icing. They just drifted a bit too far to the hash mark. So 0.7 left in the period. That will do it. And it does mean a 4-2 lead for EXEN heading into this third period. And what a chance this, represents for them. 6 points here would be gigantic.
Oh, it'd be massive. I mean, best case scenario, particularly, given the fact that they're facing, the team mathematically on points percentage in 5th place right now, and somewhere where maybe we didn't expect GOONS to be, but we definitely didn't expect EXEN to be on the outside looking in at this point of the season. But like I said, there's still plenty of games left for them. They can get on a roll right here, string together some good wins. They are right back in the mix here. And yeah, I'm going to say it right now. You have a 2-goal lead heading into the third period. You simply cannot let this one slip away from you. Doesn't matter what it takes. You have to find a way to close this game out. You've been the better team all throughout it. GOONS just don't seem to be on their A game today. And you're also playing a tremendous game on both sides of the puck. If you're EXEN, I mean, they really have been great. We're really getting a chance to see the defenseman, particularly Domi, have a great night. Moja has been phenomenal on the defensive side. We got to see him rewarded with some offense in this one here. So for EXEN, your job is simple: 28 more minutes. You have a 2-goal lead. If you can build on it, great, but no need to sacrifice defense for offense at this stage. Just close this out. Get yourself those 6 out of 6 points.
Here we go. Third period underway. Shot there. Does not go. We will see if GOONS are able to find their way back into this. Antala for Canary, unable to get that shot off cleanly. Anger stepping up. The one-timer. Great look for Lundstrom. That one denied. Now Alexa tries to go across. A short side shot there. A little bit of trouble. Azu won't risk it by playing it out.
We're finally seeing GOONS just start willing to throw pucks on from a variety of different angles, something that they hadn't done throughout the course of this game so far, and it's really starting to benefit them as well. We're actually going to see the EXEN taking the time out. They know that they're a face-off win away from facing full pressure. You want to negate that immediately right now, and that's more of a game situation thing too than having maybe not the same amount of confidence as in Moja taking those draws too. I mean, why even risk it? It's 50-50 chance off of the face-off, we'll say, and don't even want to risk that if you're on EXEN. That's just a very, very smart game management decision coming out from them. And that's wow, what a blocker save.
Go on the draw, clean win for GOONS. Shot, rebound all the way through the crease and out the other side. That close from GOONS to get back to within 1.
Ooh, and Consola has got to be frustrated with that one right there. Excellent play off of the one face-off by GOONS to set up that chance. The rebound play, and Consola just kind of on his backhand, unable to get the angle right, and sweeps it all the way through the blue paint.
Consola shovels one towards goal. Kazu the save, and again, forced to cover for EXEN. I mean, they know, right? Like, they can't really risk a goal here at this stage. I mean, this would be another Massive 3 points for them.
Absolutely. And Kazu, we've seen him more than willing a lot of times throughout his career, willing to just throw that puck out. That's a good face-off win for Moja to relieve that pressure that was starting to build up. And just you're seeing just a neutral zone shutdown a lot of times by EXEN. That's what they need to do. Wow. Oh, nearly with the long stretch pass, but it bounces off Lundstrom's skate.
So Goons again, though, down the other way. Kontala's shot blocked. 12 minutes left. As Wenger's pass doesn't go. Peakery. You get called for the trip. Didn't touch up possession. Keeps the clock ticking. That might be a second trip.
I think so. Wait.
I don't see anybody but Peakery mentioned. I don't think he was the one that took the next one. I think they got away with it, whatever it was.
I think so, too. It may have been a bump where you get that weird falling animation. No, there's 2 men in the box.
Uh-oh. A rough break for EXEN, to say the least.
He's got to touch that puck up there. That's a mental mistake right there, and it cost you your team facing a 5-on-3 now.
This is the chance for Goons. Domi, great play, and sends it all the way down. One timer, that one high and wide. Domi, tired legs, can't get it all the way out. Wenger up ahead for Lundstrom. Risky, but he's going to go for it. Now down the other way, Sniper with space. 40 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Gotta work fast. Cannery to Sisu. One-timer on. Chance from Kontala denied. Full pressure here, but just 15 seconds left. Sisu, one-timer picked off by Domi, and EXEN will survive.
Wow, that is huge for them. I mean, there was a couple dangerous looks right there. But I think Goons telegraphed a couple chances a little bit too much. They had a cross-ice pass that they elected not to take, instead going to the point to then get it to Kontala for the one time. And if it's a 5-on-3, I think that's the perfect time to kind of go for more of those cross-seam passes and things like that. They elected not to, and Kazu, who's been reading those. If you go from the point to the one-time, Kazu's been excellent at getting into coverage for those. He made another great save off a one-timer there, and I believe another one whistled wide earlier too.
Big hit there. Sniper throws it in front. Trouble for Kazu. 6.5 to go. And Lundstrom working. Sisu does a good job to hold them up. It's Kontala. Shot, glove save by Kazu. 5:22 left.
Yep. Time is ticking away for Goons right here, and you know, they may be feeling a bit hard-pressed about some of the opportunities, you know, a couple posts, you know, one that skittered through the crease and things like that, but at the same time, they have given up 4. EXEN has been good, and right now they're in complete shutdown mode.
As Moja in control. Lundstrom has some space. EXEN just 4 minutes away from a 6-point night. Goons, though, you know they're going to put up a fight down the stretch. Moja can't get the big outlet pass to Lundstrom. Sisu can't get the shot off. Moja able to glove it down. Ikari takes the hit. Moja to the open side. It's Lundstrom. Tries the net drive.
Oh.
Scores! What a phenomenal move by Lundstrom to seal the deal. EXEN are going to get the 3 points. That was fantastic.
That was absolutely filthy. I thought for sure, and clearly so did Circola, that he's cutting across the net with speed. And look at that little back skate move right there to open up that short side. This will probably be a better angle on it. Cuts in. Oh, that's honestly filthy. I know it doesn't look like much, but that is something pretty hard to pull off. And this sheer deception coming out from Lundstrom right there. Huge, huge goal. Like you said, Tugi, that will more than likely ice the game here. EXEN with a 5-2 lead.
A big, big night for them as they get back into the playoff conversations, certainly with 6 points to the good. It's a chance for Goons to really put their foot down. But EXEN gonna fight to keep their season alive. Big result for them, and who knows, you know, Sin, you don't put it past a team like this to kind of go on a heater down the stretch and maybe live up to those expectations.
Yeah, absolutely not. The players that they have on these on this roster, oh yeah, they've come in clutch.
As EXEN just look to kill off the remaining time. Great pickoff by Domi. Lundstrom for Peekary. Lundstrom again. Diving effort from Kontala takes it away. As we wrap up week 4 coverage here at SportsGamer. Again, we'll be back on Monday, 1945 CET start time, 1:45 p.m. Eastern for those of you following us from the North American side of things. As we'll be bringing this game to a close, but not before this chance for Kontala. And somehow Kazu is able to paddle it away. It sums it up for Goons. EXEN, 2 wins, 6 points, and a big result.
Absolutely massive result for EXEN. This, like I said, we could very well be witnessing the massive turnaround, the coming out party, so to speak, for EXEN. It's weird to say that when they have, you know, so many stars on this roster, but this roster together, they haven't done enough yet, and right now, this is exactly what they needed. They're taking on a playoff team. They get 6 out of 6 points. They have one game where they grit out in a defensive style, 2-1. Then this game, 5-2. They get their offense going and still play well on the defensive side of things. This is exactly the sort of thing that gives a team confidence, that allows them to go on a heater. As you said, we've seen it happen time and time again. A team, they get hot at the right time and they go on a run to either make the playoffs, maybe, you know, win a round or two, things like that. I mean, this EXEN team absolutely have what it takes, and once again, that's just such a filthy little skating maneuver by Lundstrom right there to ice the game.
So again, a big night for EXEN as we hate to kind of rush the finish of this broadcast, but we ran a little bit over time, so we are going to have to do that. A big night, to say the least. A broken webcam for me. Here I am. I'm just, yeah, look at that. My OBS crashed at a lovely time. Well, there you go. Case in point. Perfect time to go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And, hey, we will see you all next week for more ECL action.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
And a chance early on, and Sin, it didn't take long. The opening goal.
And TIKI just picks them apart on the first shift of the game there. Just great zone entry. Nice pass to the middle. Simple.
He missed. Party has between the legs pass.
Offensive zone. Their zone entries are great, but it collapses right now from Renascor.
Amex down low. Short side shot. Resu able to make that save. One timer from the point. They score.
So and I think it was Temix with him as well. They just battle for the puck, keep it alive, and then this little play. Great read by Puanso and
Savinainen. And gets his 6th goal of the season. Why not?
Back, sends it to the point, and takes a fortuitous bounce on the way in, I believe, off of the defender's stick. Yeah, it was a deflection by him. They failed to get this entry on the neutral zone once more.
So back, good setup. Savinainen with the hit, the feed in front, puck bouncing, they score.
In front Puanso, but they do get the puck in. Tried the feed in front. It takes a couple of precarious bounces right to Virus's stick.
On JM, and just like that, it feels like the momentum completely halted as we'll get another look at it.
Yeah, he trying to make something.
Take it away. One-timer, good block in front by Niambi. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. One time. It's back to the point. Let's see the force in front, and he gets it. Renascor back.
That's just, great pass right there, threading the needle in through to JM, who you can see kind of gets the body position that he wanted between the two defenders, and then off
there by Virus. Motzi stepping up, big head of steam. Firecat's over, nice series against a Pro Division team. This call for Renascor. Doc, the one-timer. Yes, played that one really well. Amex tries to hold up, gets it back, throws one to. It was a rough start in this game for Gresu, but he has made some good stops as the game's gone on. There's another one. Full pressure. The TIKI, another chance in front. Powanso denied his first goal.
They used the timeout to get out of it, get their stamina bars back up. But that is worst case scenario.
It was another shot from Savinainen. This time deflected. Into the attacking zone. Renascor desperately need one here yet to score a power play goal on recovers at the last moment. Here's Party with the step, has the speed, and he ices.
Really in any situation where it looked like they would lose, even when it was, a 1-goal game, they still had that lead. But we'll see what happens here as Renascor.
It is TIKI. Home side in this one. Amax
Gonna work that one in.
Party stripped of the puck by Niambi. And a
not even with speed, just finesse right there from Niambi, weaving his way through, getting to the 4.
Savinainen able to find Tamex, who was in the box for that power play goal.
The space that's in front of you can also be beneficial right there. That wasn't too dangerous of a shot. It's party time.
Out of the reach of Motzi. It will be Savinainen to recover. Party with speed sent across off the goaltender. Firecats able to recover. Space shot great of the opening frame. Firecats for Renascor sends it in front, and they find that. Iris got a piece of that.
Yeah, it's. Oh.
Savinainen back to the Party. The chance. The one-timer. Good stop by Gresu. Puck was still loose. Quickly changes some of the tactics and the way people are going to try to make. Party tries the quick out. Amex has it. He scores!
To the forehand
and a chance early on, and Sin, it didn't take long. The opening goal.
And TIKI just picks them apart on the first shift of the game there. Just great zone entry. Nice pass to the middle. Simple.
He missed. Party has between the legs pass.
Offensive zone. Their zone entries are great, but the collapses right now from Renascor.
Next down low. Short side shot. Resu able to make that save. One-timer from the point. They score.
So I think it was Temex with him as well. They just battle for the puck, keep it alive, and then this little play. Great read by Powanso and
Savinainen, and gets his 6th goal of the season. Why not?
Back sends it to the point and takes a fortuitous bounce on the way in, I believe, off of the defender's stick. Yeah, it was a deflection by him. They failed to get this entry on the neutral zone once more.
Alonso back. Good setup. Savinainen with the hit, the feed in front. Puck bouncing. They score.
In front Powanso, but they do get the puck in. Tried the feed in front. It takes a couple precarious bounces right to Virus's stick.
On JM, and just like that, it feels like the momentum completely halted as we'll get another look at it.
Yeah, he trying to make something.
Take it away. One-timer. Good block in front by Niambi. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. One-timer. It's back to the point. Motzi, the force in front, and he gets it. Renascor back.
And that's just, great pass right there, threading the needle in through to JM, who you can see kind of gets the body position that he wanted between the two defenders, and then off.
Up there There by Virus. Motzi stepping up. Big head of steam. Firecat's over. Nice win series against a Pro Division team. This call for Renascor. Doc, one-timer. Yes, played that one really well. Amex tries to hold up, gets it back, throws one to... It's a rough start in this game for Cresu, but he has made some good stops as the game's gone on. There's another one. Full pressure. TIKI, another chance in front. Powanso denied his first goal.
They used the timeout to get out of it, get their stamina bars back up. But that is worst case scenario.
There's another shot from Sabinainen. This time deflected. Into the attacking zone. Renascor desperately need one here, yet to score a power play goal on recovers at the last moment. Here's Party with a step, has the speed, and he ices.
Really in any situation where it looked like they would lose, even when it was, a 1-goal game, they still had that lead. But we'll see what happens here as a Renascor.
It is TIKI. Home side in this one. Amax
Gonna work that one in.
Already stripped of the puck by Niambi. And a trip.
Not even with speed, just finesse right there from Niambi, weaving his way through, getting to the full.
Sabinainen able to find Tamex, who was in the box for that power play goal.
The space that's in front of you can also be beneficial right there. That wasn't too dangerous of a shot. It's party time.
Out of the reach of Motzi. It will be Sabinainen to recover. Party with speed, sent across off the goaltender. Firecats able to recover, space, shot great of the opening frame. Firecats for Renascor, sends it in front, and they find that. Iris got a piece of that.
Yeah, it's... Oh!
Sabinainen back for Party, the chance, the one-timer, good stop by Gresu. Puck was still loose. Slightly changes some of the tactics and the way people are going to try to make. Party tries the quick out. Amex has it. He scores!
To the forehand and snipes it. You love to kind of see that. He knew he was, maybe going to have...
Recovers now, and shot block there on the chance from Firecats. Good zones. That one knocked away. One-timer scores!
E-to-D one-timer, quick shot on. You got guys crashed in the net here. Even if it doesn't go in, you have a good chance of getting a secondary opportunity from it, or just, picking up the...
Shot paddled away by Bisek. Another can't. Found JM, knocked loose for a moment. Get the final minute. Shot scores! It's Powanso's shot deflected into the defender. Short side attempt from Tamex. Party's there! Finding there was a hit. Sisu at the point. Shot scores!
Higher in the slot, and not a whole lot Kazu could do on that one. 1-0 here for Goons.
Let's a little bit of space here. Down look for Moja, tried to find Pikari, but didn't get a clean pickup. Pikari stepping up, trying to protect. And does. Pass nearly picked off by Landstrom. Pikari's there. Wenger stepping up with speed, sends it across. This season. Always is, but this season especially, there's been something about it. That's a shot and a goal. EXEN Lexa, that'll send him to the box and put EXEN on the power play.
Yeah, and that really all starts from a terrific read by Dole.
For Alexa, that one gets all the way through. Didn't get all of it. Good save regardless from Kazu. It kind of shows the struggles that the team has had as a whole, because you're not going to see both goaltenders of that caliber struggle if it's not a team issue. Goons on the power play, though, and a bit.
Oh, what a send right there. Just bounces off Pikari's back.
There's a chance there. Wow. I mean, Easy to snipers again. Stepped up in a big time way. Another will take it away. Antila looking, the shot, save. Poke check. Lundstrom sets up Pikari with speed. Wenger jumping in. Back across. That's their only goal in this game. Pikari can't hold on to it. Lundstrom scores.
Lundstrom as well, you know, great work behind the net, battling for the puck, getting it, making that quick little turn, coming out front, getting on the forehand.
Job to maintain possession. As EXEN continue to rack up the zone time. Circle up, great there by Sisu to take it away. Canary back and up in the tying goal. Inside here though. Point off. Things can happen, and a key play there by Sisu. Keeps it alive. Shot on, blocked by Pikari. Big step up hit from Kontala. Lexa, one-timer. GOONS able to come up with it. Sisu, hounded by Lundstrom. In control now, back. Oh, process. Kontala for Sisu. D to D, and that trap of GOONS. Kontala. Fine Canary, it goes back to Sisu at the point. Sniper shot in front, they score. Big commit from Kazu leaves an open goal for Lexa, and GOONS strike first for the second game in a row.
Yeah, that's
back for Wenger, steps in, Moja. As we continue on. This is still 45 seconds of power play time if they need it. Victory, Moja scores. EXEN able to top.
Pikari and Moja there. Beautifully done by P3 and a great skate right up the gut at the angle by Moja. You're gonna get another look at Give. His hat trick in this game. What a game he is having right here. Felt like one of the from Moja right now. Beautifully done right there. And that's why you see him rocking that gold close quarters while he doesn't necessarily completely fake out Circular right there.
EXEN back up by 2.
We may be witnessing EXEN's coming out party in this season. That's a, wow, what a blocker save.
Go on the draw, clean move for GOONS. Shot, rebound all the way through the crease. Strom working. Sisu does a good job to hold them up. That's Kontala. Shot, glove save by Kontala.
Sure, and clearly so did Circula, that he's cutting across the net with speed. And look at that little back skate.